So,
how's that?
Turn it back on.
You guys hear us?
Let me turn this up to see.
Sorry. It could be on.
Let me check real quick.
You were pressing the wrong button, honey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Huzzah.
We can hear? Okay, gosh.
Oh, good. Just unplug it. Okay.
Any mouth readers? You want to recap that? Okay. We're back. Nothing happened. Anyway, whole thing, again, the sensitivity is at 9,000, so it's like super loud. So should we back this up? Gosh, I don't know what's going on. Let me turn this up again. Super loud. So should we back this up? Gosh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Maybe
Turn down your volume.
just a wee bit. Hey, it's better that you hear us all than hear nothing, because I've listened to groups where I'm like, I can't hear a word you're saying. So, okay. Hi.
You maybe want to move it back a little bit?
Yeah, I'll scoot it back a little. Good idea. All right, so I was just recapping that weird flailing and moving of my mouth. I was talking about what happened in the last episode. So basically, I'm just going to read this little thing because I had it up. Warrior twins were demon hunters. They were once slaves. A warlock on a mission of vengeance. A knight on a mission from his lord, who's now back. A maiden longing for home, Alana, which doesn't talk much, and a beautiful moon elf caught in a mix with a subtle goal.
Oh, doesn't do that.
Okay. Seriously though, what happened was slavery, they got out, went to the Underdark. He got separated from the group. We'll talk about that later. We ended up, gosh, it feels so stupid saying it again. And then we ended up in Nakrashah, which is the main dwarven city. Can you hear us? Mostly scorpion people. Yeah, last time.
I can hear the air conditioner. Is
There's
it
about the noise.
Yeah, so
our fan?
that is a thing we have to have on right now. So my son is asleep, and that's the only way you can have it. So, sorry. Normally we don't have to have that, but right now.
Crazy they can hear that.
Oh, it's pretty loud, but it's not louder than our voices. So I'm sorry. That
We
is that way.
haven't. It hasn't been a problem in the last ones.
No, I mean
It's
you
white
can
noise.
definitely hear it. It's just white noise.
Yeah.
Think of it as a nice breeze. We just
That
have to deal with
never
it.
ends.
We have kids. No, not all of us. It's just me.
No, all of us have kids.
We do all have kids. They're
Just
just
not
not
here.
all here, thank heavens. No, yeah, it's fine. Okay, thanks, Dan. And
Okay.
welcome back, everybody that's come back. Oh, and Ginger Man, I think you were singing a song 2 weeks ago. I actually looked it up. And I was like, okay, gotcha. I found it. If it was you. Gosh, I don't remember.
I think it was.
Okay, so we were in Nakrashah. We met this elven lady who was also searching for some reason to go down to the south, to the desert people. We want revenge. She wants something else. She hasn't really talked about it because we haven't really talked as a group. We were just kind of escaping. It was so sudden that we needed to leave. And now we were in the desert, and what happened, like Dan Reed said, scorpion people came out of nowhere and started attacking us. They are very, very dangerous, but we managed to kill them, and she did some awesome flippies and
I
shot
did.
them, and
That was exciting.
he almost died. Rolled some natural 20s on my end, which is awful. And anyway, thank you all for joining.
Is that-
Yeah, Your Reality, that's the song. I got you, Dan. Not Dan, Ginger Man. Yeah, okay, so anyway, let's get started. So we are in the desert. We spent the night. You decided to stay the night. You were camping. It just, you got attacked in the middle of the night. Now it is dawn of a new day. Well, you probably left a little bit before dawn because it is so hot. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. And you're headed to the place. And you're getting pretty close, but you're not quite there yet. So everyone would subtract provisions.
We're heading to.
You're heading to
the
this cave that
Okay.
Odeon has told you about, that he believes that these angels are at, that it's been talked about, but no one's never really been there. It's just kind of a legend.
We don't have a list of rations.
See, we've been traveling for
Oh.
3 days.
Also, the reason why we're restored to full health is because he had his badger.
Yep.
Now,
Oh, that's
see, normally long rest you'd have to spend. I'm sorry, short rest you'd have to spend your hit die, but he has a spell that has a badger, like a fey badger, that just kind of hangs out. And anyone in that vicinity, it doesn't have to be badger.
Right.
It's just
That's
his
just what
choice,
he chose.
his spirit animal. And so it hung out and healed us.
Should have
And
chose Chainsey.
but anyway, we just it's been a trip. We've had a hard time as a party, but it wouldn't be that interesting if it wasn't. It's like Lord of the Rings, right? There's some kind of quote there by Sam. Anyway, look it up. Put it in the comments. I don't know.
Something nerdy.
So let's get started.
Like always, go on that.
All right, so let's get started. So, it's early morning, but you can already feel the heat of the sun already baking down on you in the dunes as you are rolling up your tent rolls, getting all the sand out of everything.
That
Which
shouldn't
is,
be too hard to imagine.
yeah, we live in a desert and it's always hot. People are already complaining about the cold and saying it's just a cold spring. What? Not us. Sorry, it's been hot since like
90 degrees.
January.
January is
Yeah.
pretty good.
So we live near the Mojave. So anyway, so the heat is scorching. We all understand that, and it's getting to the point where it's uncomfortable. Your armor is weighing down on you as you're going up and down the dunes. Every time you trudge in the sand, it's just deep sinking sand. And so it's just
Gosh.
difficult terrain to move in. However, we do have someone whose terrain happens to be desert,
Yep.
so
Yep.
we're moving at a normal pace, despite the fact that it is exhausting. We're not too exhausted. We're not taking exhaustion points for it.
So because that's his.
It's one
Anytime
of
a
my favorite
ranger,
terrains.
you're in their favored terrain, the rest of the party's okay.
Yeah. The group.
Wow.
The
He
group moves
basically
at normal
he
speed.
basically
Leads the
shows you
way,
he shows you
yeah.
where to
That's
go.
cool.
That's cool.
We're gonna make sand shoes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to catch your comments as they come, but
Like snowshoes.
yeah, I didn't even think of that. Anyway, as the day.
That's true because when we go to the beach, my feet always sink into them because they're so tiny, but you don't.
That's a good
That's
point.
a good point.
That's a good point. Me and my giant feet.
I'll just like get this burning sand on my feet.
Speaking of burning sand, every time you step, it's just like getting into your armor. You know how it just like gets in the chinks. You know, you wear armor on the beach.
Totally.
You know how when we wear
Yeah,
armor,
oh, yeah.
we're LARPing at the beach.
Well, you know, Odeon with his tube top chainmail.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. I said he has small armor because
I
he
know,
bought
but
his
that's
He's
just
trying-
how
he's
we
trying to get his
imagine
hand.
it.
But everyone in the chat and everyone's thinking he's
I mean,
wearing
that's
a
just
tube
how we
top.
imagine it because you said it was small.
You love the way his midriff shows. It's got a breeze.
I imagine that there's like chainmail like hanging down, like it's like tassels.
It's like 1960s beads.
Like yeah, like he's like this like hippie. That's how I imagine it.
All right.
But it's like armor.
Despite the fact that we have Mountain Dew, we're not sponsored. I just love that we both have the same drink.
Well, because it's in the stores now.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
Sponsored. Not. Okay, we're moving the sand. Okay, after about half a day of traveling, you knew that you were already close when you got attacked by those scorpion people. You see that this hill starts to show up. So you've been seeing it in the distance, but it's almost like a mountain at this point. And you
In
start-
size or in
size. I mean, not like a mountain, like peaks.
not
and
like
everything.
stones and
Not like where you
trees.
came from Knocker Shell.
Okay.
No, it's a dune, and it's just all around. It's like a big dome, and it's just heading up. And so you start climbing up this, and he says he thinks it's at the top, but you can't see the top. It kind of plateaus. You know this because the way you're looking at it, it's got definitely a top to it.
Is it like a lone hill?
There's
or
different ones around, but
Okay.
he says he thinks it's about right here.
a cave on top of a hill? That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Do I sense any portals? I get up to 6 miles on this check
Okay.
because it's my
6
favorite
miles.
terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sense that there is a faint glow of a actual portal deep within the ground beneath
Oh.
you.
Good thing
We
you're
gotta
thinking
dig.
about that. Okay.
Yeah, the Horizon Walker
This
here,
doesn't make
he
any
can
sense.
he's able to sense things, which is great that you're using your ability.
Yeah.
All right, so you get to the top. As you approach the top, it's about midday, and you are all sweating like crazy. You've all been drinking out of your skins. It's just it's to the point now where you feel like if you don't cover yourself, you're gonna go crazy. So I want you all to roll a Constitution, except for
What's that? The
The first
D20?
yeah, D20. Ooh. Okay, I got a 2 and an 8.
This is a saving throw?
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Wait, is that what I do?
Everyone
right
is
here?
affected by
Wait, is this what I add? Or
I think
this
you
right
roll
here?
advantage on desert.
Oh,
saving
never
throws
mind.
for that.
Sorry, that I actually got 11 because that's I do this one right.
Oh, that gives me a 12.
Okay, you two are fine.
I add this one.
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
Okay, so you two, even though it's so hot, you're to the point of like breaking, but you see Odeon just shedding sweat, just super hot, and so is Alana, but she's in full full plate. She's just like, or not like full plate, but she's got a breastplate and some padding and things, and she's just dying. She's actually to the point where she's trying to remove it, you know, and she's just thinking of dragging it. And finally,
Just
when
put it in Odeon's bag. He has a Mary Poppins
he
bag.
does, bag of holding is an amazing thing. Is that what you say to her?
Clearly not Mary Poppins.
Oh, but to the point.
I said,
You put it in the bag of
perhaps
holding.
we should put the armor in the magic bag.
Fair enough. And she's just like, oh,
But
thank
at
you.
the
I
same
don't.
time, it does make me a little worried because the scorpion people just come and get us, like, out of nowhere. So,
That's true.
I mean, if that's a risk you want to take, I mean, I'm a little afraid you're going to, like, collapse.
Well, at this point, she just says, they can come and kill me at this point. So she just takes off her breastplate and puts it in the bag of holding. And Odion's just, he does the same thing to his dwarven midriff. Yeah. Let's just roll with it, I guess. I can't wait for the fan art someday for someone to be drawing this, like, warlock, this scary looking warlock wearing them. Okay. Anyway.
I think you could just, like, give us a picture of what you're, like, like what you are
I will.
imagining.
I'll find something.
So that, like, we can get it.
It covers him completely.
I
but
know.
I just said it was shorter. It wasn't as long. It wasn't like it's supposed to go down to the ankles. It goes down to his thighs. It looks like normal armor. That's literally what I said. But then everyone in the chat was like, I think heavy armor actually gives you disadvantage on save for heat exhaustion. Yeah, well, she already rolled a 2. It's not going to get much worse than that. I mean, okay, got an 18, so fair enough. Thanks for that. All right, so after about like 4 hours of, now that you've reached the top of this, you've been searching in the sand. Mirage has been hitting you left and right. You feel like you're seeing things, and you go to inspect it, and you find that it's nothing at all.
Are we wanting to dig? Is that what you were saying?
Well, it's under the hill somewhere.
Oh. Well, we probably should find like a marker. So maybe do a perception.
Mhm.
Like,
Perception's always good.
right? Someone.
Find some kind of
Some
Anything.
Kind of, like,
Right now, you're just in a dune. just in,
I can't
just
think
in
of
like
the
a
word.
Karen. The stacked stones.
Something. Yeah.
Those are called Karens.
Like something.
natural 20.
20. That's my first one. I will put the baby.
It's okay, we're gonna make up our babies. All right, what happens is amazing. Natural 20. You wouldn't have found it otherwise, but as you're walking, you stub your toe on something and trip. You feel like it's a corner of something, and as you swear to yourself in Elvish and start to move things around because it's so hot, you actually feel that this is the corner of what looks like the top of a building.
Okay.
It's a pyramid.
And
Oh.
oh,
Okay.
all right. So as you notice this, do you? Assume you tell.
Yes.
Yes. Stop wandering.
Do I dig extremely well in my favorite terrain?
You're like a puppy dog. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say no on that one.
So it's like a point, like a pyramid.
It's not the
Sticking out.
point of a pyramid. It's actually at like a right angle. It's not completely uncovered, but you feel like something like a corner of a building, as if it was like this much sticking out.
Okay.
So as you uncover, you feel that there's more of a top to it, and then as you go this way,
Does anybody have some kind of like spell
That's what I'm wondering.
that can like,
sand moving.
like
Level 3
wind
spell.
Or
If the building's under 1,000 pounds, I could lift it out.
You still
I
have that.
don't
Yeah.
think that's gonna happen.
You
Let's
can
see.
certainly try.
I mean, because I'm
1,000 pounds
I
of
don't
dirt.
really have any.
Yeah, you could do that with your shovel and kind of just.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I just have arrows.
Yeah, no one has
and
that,
misty
unfortunately.
step. I was like wind or something.
You just
know?
Mickey step in circles.
everybody blow it.
Everybody.
Everyone roll.
All
I'm on
red-faced.
What do you roll for blowing on it? Anyway, you find that there's no actual. I mean, you all start moving around trying to see where is the edge of this, and you see it's about 30 feet across and about 60 feet long. Now that you've kind of traced the outside of this.
Okay. So it's like,
60 by 30?
is it like a square?
Almost. It's more of a rectangle, so
Okay.
about like like this.
So it's like we're on
60 feet.
like on like the roof.
It looks like you're on the roof. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Break through the top. Seems the simplest thing to do.
We haven't completely uncovered the top. You've found the edges.
Oh,
Does
okay.
that make sense?
Okay.
You're not like let's clear it perfectly like an archaeological dig.
Okay. Well.
Everybody bring the brushes. Well, can we? Is it a flat surface?
It is a flat surface, from what you can tell. Yeah, and there's not a point to it, so.
So lucky that
Is
we
it-
found
You
this.
rolled a
Any-
20.
Does anybody have
There's no
a
better
heavy weapon or
perception than
something?
that.
What?
Does anybody have a heavy weapon like a hammer?
As you look, you see Odion just looking around the bag, holding his arm, just disappears. He's like, I don't think so, and I'm not going to risk it.
Oh. I mean, it might not be very kind of like kills my archaeologist loving heart. Archaeology, I should say, loving heart. But
She loves
I
archaeologists.
do have. I do.
It's got a thing for
She's
him.
got a.
Got a thing for Indiana Jones.
And he's daddy's grim Deanna Bones.
Maybe that's his name in our world.
Anyway, that aside,
Dad jokes
I
aside.
I have bursting arrow, which energy detonates after the arrow hits. I don't know.
Everybody move.
So I'm saying like
Some sort of detonation arrow.
I mean it could destroy anything that's in there.
Odion says, well, though I do admire your ingenuity, perhaps we want to get in, and if we blow open the top, maybe it will cave in what we're trying to go into. Now, that might be the last
Thinking of
resort.
that,
I
too.
think that could be a good idea.
I'm just saying
No.
I have something.
It would work. I imagine it would work on an old structure, especially if pounds of dirt have been on it.
So we could all just jump. It'd be fine.
As you all start to search a little bit more, you're seeing that the earth itself is not heavy upon it, so you're just moving it away.
Mhm.
It looks like it's been moved around. The wind has
Will you
been
help me?
shifting for a long time. Yes, where are you putting it?
There, that way. In there again.
More in the shot. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Moving the baby. I'm sorry that the chair's probably really loud. Our chairs are like horrible.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
All right. So have you start like searching it? You see that it's Odion's searching it, and he sees that it's actually inlaid with like a snake carving in the top of it, which isn't great because of the people that have been causing problems down in the south. He points this out to you and says, "This is definitely Yanti Temple. You know this especially because you've been carving, crafting, doing
Okay,
all
but
sorts
we
of
weren't
things for
looking
them.
for a temple. We were looking for a cave.
I know that.
So
Maybe the cave is beneath the temple. We know the last temple we went to the Underdark.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Oh,
She doesn't.
well,
know that.
now I am explaining it to you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He doesn't have Eyes of the Tombkeeper. Sorry. He's got different locations. All right, so he, as you all start looking at it and you're thinking about this, you hear something in the distance. Not terribly far, probably within 2 minutes, you hear galloping.
Oh.
No.
Something else.
More scorpion
More
people.
scorpion tars.
Well, she probably should
Scorpitars.
put her armor back on, and Odeon should too.
All right, so she hears you say that, and so she grabs her armor out of the bag and starts donning armor. And
Doesn't it take a certain amount of time?
yeah, and that's why Odion's running over to try to help her as well. Strap it on as fast as possible, but you don't know what kind of enemy it is at all.
So we hear it in the distance coming, and like what direction?
It's hard to say with all the there's
Well, that
really
makes
no,
sense.
but like
Well, how can
it's
we
coming
hear
from
that
below.
And on sand.
There's beasts that can travel on sand.
But I know how would we?
It's
hear
not
it?
like
Am,
it's not like it's just
am I
like thuds against the earth.
am I sensing aberrations, celestials, dragons, fiends, elementals, fae, or undead?
Nope, you are not.
Oh, dang.
That was
Pretty much everything there is.
I think it was just like, what was this? Your primeval awareness.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm,
right.
mhm.
No, as you reach out with this sense, you don't smell, sense. You don't feel any presence of anything like that.
Okay.
It doesn't seem anything of the sort. As whatever the sound is begins to crest the hill, you see that they are beasts, and they're not like. It's not like a
I grab my bow and I have an arrow ready,
smart
just
move.
in case.
Yeah.
Smart move. Odeon is preparing spells and holding it in his hand like this, just trying to conceal it a little bit, just in case they're friendly. But he's ready to blast as well. As
I don't care about concealing. I mean, if we were coming up on them, they'd be like on like guard too, and like any like warrior, you know, with their salt would be doing that. Who
Alright.
cares about offending them? I'm sorry.
you see that they're not
Sorry, that's an
horses.
aside.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I got $10 on Basilisk.
Again? They're all over the place.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about that, but no. You see that they're not horses. They're giant goats, like huge horned
Okay,
goats.
would you say giant? Like, give me.
The size.
The size of horses, meaning they're not like
That's a big goat.
they're like this. They're size of
Because these
horses.
giant.
We
I
could
think,
ride
like,
those.
They're woolly.
Through
They
the
have
desert.
they
don't
have riders.
Okay, that's.
Oh, they
that's
have
what
riders.
They have riders. They as they get closer, you see the gleaming dwarven plate
Oh,
on this.
crap.
And you also
They want their
see
stone
you
back.
also see you also see
Oh,
someone
that's right. I did. I gave it to.
you also see a man in plate over the top of one of the horses. And this is where he starts coming in.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You don't know what's going on. You
I
were,
know they're not.
I forgot
demons
that you were
because
here
I
with
would've-
us.
He is now.
I know I've been making comments, so
Yeah.
my bad.
So as you're in and out of consciousnness at the moment, you're not quite
Oh, okay.
there.
So they,
So wait. He's.
He's captive.
Oh.
You can tell he's a captive.
And these are
Dwarves.
dwarves.
Definitely,
Are they from Nar-
they're from the direction of
Can we
Narvashel.
see him? We know.
You don't know it's him. You
Oh,
just see
okay.
a knight that's draped over the back of a horse. Sorry, not
A
a
goat.
horse. A giant goat. Oryx.
We didn't see these.
Kill them, Dan. I really like your comments. They're fun to look down and see you just like, not Oryx. Fedelnost. Well, I've just seen them as dwarf knights. So I mean, they have giant. Anyway, they didn't just track you. They knew where you were going because you had talked to Darash about where you were planning
Oh,
on
so
going.
they came for us. Well, how
Yeah.
did they find
You can
it?
tell- you can
so
tell
they
that
knew
just
where
by
it was
seeing it.
because like whatever his face. I can't remember his name.
Someone in the city must have known.
Hmm.
All right, so as they all start surrounding you,
I'm not like criticizing
No,
you,
no,
or
no.
you know. I'm just like.
No, I
trying
got
to
you.
figure
I
out
got
what to say. I just want you to know that.
I've heard that name, Fedelnos, but I believe it was in
Is that?
Tal'Dor's thing. I'll pull it up. Anyway,
No, it's goats.
in a different language. Anyway, so they start surrounding you, and they're speaking in Dwarvish, but you get the gist of it. They're not happy to see you.
Look at what Earth's doing. Is that because of our internet?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
by the way, yeah, sometimes it might be just our view of it
Oh,
because
okay.
I'll watch it back later, and a lot of times it's not. But
Okay. Okay.
anyway,
Yeah, Aragon. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah,
when you were
that's
See-
what
saying
it
that.
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's what you're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Everyone see that? So everyone, that's what I'm looking at. That kind of picture going on. As they start circling you,
You probably can't see.
they're speaking in. Yeah, it's if you have the Tal'Dor book, you can look it up. If not, you can also look it up online. It's there, I'm sure. All right, so they surround you and they start yelling at you in Dwarvish, and finally their leader, the one who actually has the knight draped over the top. You don't know who's yet, but would you describe yourself so that they can get a picture of yourself? How do you look?
Shoot.
It's been a while.
I haven't even looked at my details yet.
No, you're
so-
good. How does in your mind? How does your character look?
Let me look. I know I think I have. Don't I have like my black armor on
Mm-hmm.
and my I forget what symbol I had on my cape and all that.
No, you're fine. But what does your appearance look like? Your face, your hair?
I don't even think I came up with that.
All right.
So yeah, I guess
Now's a good time
I
as
guess I
any.
had black hair and
A pointy beard. I'm just kidding.
no, not a pointy beard.
I'm just.
A Peter Baelish goatee.
Yeah.
No, please no.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Mind
don't
you,
know.
you have had 0 time for grooming since you came from where you came. From the
Oh,
Underdark.
okay. So I guess
Your
I might
hair is
have.
You're-
long
you look
and you have like,
disheveled.
probably have like a
Okay, okay.
huge.
You look like a
mountain
homeless
man
person
beard.
wearing
Gross
armor.
one.
In fact, your
Okay.
armor, which used to be beautiful and black,
Probably.
it is now shred in different parts from beast claws, acids that have burned it over time. You look awesome, but you also look beat up as...
So I have like
Yeah.
a castaway looking.
Yeah, you look like you just came from an island.
Got
Alright.
rotting meat in your beard.
Right. Black armor in a desert, that would be awful. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so as they surround you, he finally speaks up. The one who's surrounded you, the leader of the group. Where is my paper?
And I give them all a look, like, we're not going to mention the stone at all. We didn't
You
get that
mean you're
far.
looking to everybody?
Yeah.
Roll
Not him, 'cause
perception
I
to
don't
see
know
if you
him.
see. Roll perception to see if you see that from her.
I'm just giving you that look.
I think.
Hopefully you guys
I think for
understand
my
what I'm
character,
saying.
that's probably already a no-brainer.
We're not going to say anything.
I'm rolling perception.
Yes.
14.
I can't remember. What was the power of the rock?
14. Okay, so you do see
Something
that she's
electrical.
you can tell
That's
she's
right,
trying
okay.
to say something to you, but you can tell she's just like looking at the bag. She's like, don't do it.
No. I'm
Was it
like,
was
I'm
it put in the
really
bag of
subtle.
holding? Is that
Yeah.
what happened to
Mhm.
it?
It is
Bag
suspect.
of holding work.
The bag of holding is
Like you
is
just
a
think
wondrous
about what
item.
you want.
No.
and then-
It's you know what's in there.
I know,
You have
but,
to keep track because you
so-
can't just grab something.
Well,
at
I know
random.
that.
That's
So you know what's in there, but you just think about what you have in there, and that's what.
From
how
what
you
I
get it?
understand, yes.
And I think it has to be something you put in there,
Mhm.
right?
You specifically.
Yeah.
From my understanding, it could be different, but I think it's that.
Like you couldn't pull out an item that somebody else put in.
I don't think so.
Oh, so there's probably items in there that.
Or lost forever.
Yeah. That's
Well,
sad.
Dan says no. So will you let us know? Because I'm pretty sure it was that. But
Anyone can pull anything? No?
Oh,
Well, there you
good
go.
to know. As long as they know what's in there.
Okay, that
Thank
makes
you.
me feel better.
Hmm.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay. We appreciate you with your books. I know you're standing by. You told us last
I
time.
don't like-
Yeah, that'd be crazy because whoever put whatever the stone you guys put in there, if they died.
Exactly. I know. I was a little
Lost
worried
to the
about that.
void. All right. So he surrounds you with his battalion, and he
Oh,
announces.
wait, how many are there? Is a
There's-
battalion?
Ah, 6. I mean,
Okay.
for dwarves, I mean, it all seems very exciting.
Battalion, who are they?
30 people show up. Anyway, no, he surrounds you with his group, and he says, "My name's Bronwyn. Who are you?"
Hello, Bronwyn. I am Weirin. What can we do for you?
It's funny that you're here at this time. We were told to look for a band of people that look exactly like you.
Okay.
I guess you already know who we are then.
I was hoping you'd confess, but it seems you're wanted back in Knockroshop for murder. And let's see,
Murder.
and he pulls out this paper, and he hands it over to you. And Badger heals the group. That's what. Okay. That's what. All right. That's what it says right there. So you can read that whole thing aloud if you'd
Is
like.
that supposed to say night?
Knights
It
of
says,
Dawn.
Knights of Dawning, you are hereby given permissions to seek out and bring to justice Odion the Warlock, Ilara the Elf, Cry and Weir, Alana Castrian, for crimes against the realm of Nakrashal and the Empire. You have rights to execute said individuals for murder of Vida. Is that what that is?
Mhm.
Wife of Derosh Ohan. It is also brought to light that there was a potential heist by these murderers of the Grey Emperor Stone. There will be a handsome reward when the stone is returned. If this is being read by authorities, after our knights, these assailants, you are to not impede them. By order of Magistrate Thrum Forgeheart, the Council of the Nine Nakrashal.
You guys been pretty busy, huh?
You wake up. It's
Half
is
of
that what
it's
you
not
say?
true.
So from the
No,
back of your
none of it's true.
I'm not saying that
It's
out loud. I'm
lies.
just.
Just lies.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking.
And you see
dwarvish lies.
you see him watching you all very carefully as
Yeah.
he reads this aloud, as if he's studying your eyes to see if you can sense from this dwarf, though he is small in stature, he definitely carries his weight from a man of authority, and
What do you-
also in a sense
What did you say
that
his name was?
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I I'm very surprised by this. Not like
I
that, but like
I'm
surprised.
just joking. I know you wouldn't be like that.
Because we want it to be seem like this is news to us. Like, what? What are you talking about?
I think you had your suspicions that Deosh's wife wasn't well after what you'd heard was in their home.
Yeah.
But you didn't know necessarily that she was dead. They believe you murdered her and stole the Grey Emperor.
What happened to the guy that we gave the note to?
So is my guy
Clearly
tied
You
up?
gave him a
think I was
copper.
Oh, yeah.
I also threatened him, so that probably wasn't
I won't tell you what he rolled, but he didn't care.
No, he
Well.
did care. He was intimidated by me.
He was intimidated,
was
but he
majorly
more he
intimidated by
mostly
me.
just left and scared.
But yeah, I mean, once you leave, and it's been a few weeks,
Been a few
one
days.
copper's, not gonna stop him from talking.
I thought we should have gone to the house.
Is this okay? All right, so you're all talking together, whispering. Okay, we should have gone there. No, I mean, like, so what do you? How are you reacting to this
Right.
accusation? You just came with this writ saying
These
we
are
have,
lies.
we have
I
permission
never.
to. We have permission to execute.
Right.
You stole a very important stone from someone's
Um,
house and murdered the wife of a noble, allegedly.
And
That is not true.
I ask, what does Darosh have to say about this?
Darash is beside himself with grief and anger, and he himself sent many men to scour the city, but you were found traces of you. There was a very frightened man that said you threatened him, and they saw south. So we followed your trail, and after discussing with a few people, we found out that you were looking for some ancient cave. We only know of one, can't find it ourselves, but it seems that you have, which is also something we will be rewarded for.
What cave? Have we found the cave?
Everyone's talking about a cave.
At this point, what is this cave you're talking about?
Like the
Audience
cave
is-
is like messing with me.
The elf is correct. This is clearly not a cave. We were misinformed. He says, "Be that as it may, if you come quietly, we won't execute you now. You will stand trial."
Wait, how many are there?
6.
Okay,
So
all together.
is my character like?
Easy peasy.
He's not like- he's
Am I
not-
tied up?
You're not tied up. You're just slung over the back of the.
Is he
the horse.
out like unconscious?
Am I still
He's
unconscious?
pretending to be unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Oh, delightful. Okay.
And they didn't tie
I
me
got
up.
it.
Oh, by the way, remember, you have a huge scar from here all the way
yeah,
down
I forgot
here
you did that.
from
That's right.
Ammonius, who sliced you and almost killed you in one hit.
Oh yeah.
He knocked
right.
you unconscious
That
with
was-
one hit.
Is that the
The main bad guy for these guys. They
what were
hate
they
him.
called again?
The
Yanti.
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 Yeah, he revealed
I need
himself
to write down
me.
these names.
Yeah,
The thing is, I have to do it left-handed.
I have a sheet for you because I know you like those things.
Yeah, but then I'll lose that.
Okay. I'm just gonna
Appreciate
staple
it.
it. All right, so how do you?
We know.
I feel so short because this bench is tall, so I'm like,
I am huge.
Just back straight.
But in reality, I'm the shorter
I
one.
like to hunch over.
I can't do it. You're
Kill
gonna
them
do
and
it.
steal their stuff.
So
I'm also here with
we know
books.
demons
Thanks,
are pulling
Ginger
the
Man.
strings.
Yeah.
So we can't
So
go back.
you're saying this to each other.
Yes. We will not be going back.
Yeah.
There's no way. Sorry.
There are how many of us?
I've been here how long? 6 months?
Well, I mean, with Alana and Odion and Cry, plus you two and him.
6 on 6.
Yeah, but we don't know that he's.
Yeah.
You just see that man
Yeah.
slung behind there.
Yeah.
Stab, stab, stab.
I tried to not do something.
I would say think
Rash.
of in stepping out of game for a second. I would say think of what your character would do.
Right.
How important is your mission
Right.
to you at this point?
Yeah.
What do you think of the dwarves? You know what I mean? Like, how has your character been? I mean, you haven't spent much
Well,
time
here's the
with them.
thing:
You
they're
have.
going to execute us.
Right.
They're not gonna. They're not gonna put us on trial. They said execute. They didn't say bring back to be tried.
So I'm going to say you were all saying this very quietly to each other. They see you talking, but they're not interrupting. They're waiting for you to confess and just slaughter you.
So does
what
my-
it looks like. They all have their hands on their hilts.
Do I know how I got here? Like, why am I with these guys?
You were found. I'm just going to say all you remember yourself was wandering in the desert out of a cave,
Okay.
half mad,
Ooh.
half starved.
Okay.
You were headed in this direction, and you were picked up.
Okay.
just recently, like not like
So these guys
2 hours
basically saved my life.
they saved you. Yeah,
Okay.
that's why you're not up, but they're not sure who you are. Just a man in black
Right.
armor stumbled out of some dark hole in the ground.
What does this mean? The beguiling arrow.
Creature hit takes an extra 2d6 psychic damage. You choose yourself or one of your allies will become charmed to you or an ally. So if you hit them with it, it hurts them psychically, but it also charms them to someone, to yourself or
And
an
what
ally.
does charmed mean in this sense?
Charmed, it's like an actual spell. Let me look that up for you. But
Is it kind of like a persuasion type thing, or?
I believe you can make them do something, isn't it? Like
you attempt to charm a human mode, you can see within range, blah, 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 blah. Wisdom saving throw. If it fails, it's charmed by you until the spell ends or until your companions or do something harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, it knows it has been charmed.
So I
So
can.
It's like a temporary friend.
Yeah, like Dan said, he's a temporarily advantage on persuasion, no hostile action.
So I could
You could
potentially
shoot him with an
him
arrow.
and then tell him that
I
I
wouldn't
need
know how that would work because it
that I
looks
need
pretty
to-
darn hostile.
Cupid over here.
that I need
All the
to.
others are
Well,
gonna-
then how? I have an arrow, a beguiling arrow.
I don't know how you'd use it, but you could
You gotta
always
do
try.
it in stealth.
Is it like a physical arrow, or is it like?
It says from your arrow. You
Yeah,
should.
it's from my bow.
So
One
you
of
have to
her
get your
abilities.
Cupid.
I'm an
somehow, your
arcane
little
archer.
teamwork.
Yeah, she can do some insane stuff.
Can it be like a?
Yeah, a little blow
Or
dart.
stab him with it. In this case, I will allow you to cast it on the arrow, but you'll have to stab it into him. Subtly, I would imagine. So
Okay.
sleight of hand stabbing might be difficult with 6 guys, but
Well,
it
we're
could.
within 30 feet of them, right?
Can somebody else take the arrow?
No,
No,
it's
just,
got to be from her.
just
Okay.
'cause I have
You can't like cast something on it and hand it off. No.
ask him. I don't know.
I will allow it in this case since she's an arcane archer, as long as it comes from that ability.
I don't.
Most
have to shoot
cases
from
I'd
my
say
bow.
no, and I know a lot of you are like, but it's my game.
It's my game.
I'm gonna let it slide.
Oh, okay.
Just it's the
So
way D&D
the
works.
leader, what's his name? Bronwyn.
Mhm.
Is that right? Okay, I remembered his name.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. I don't know what my problem is. It's
Yeah, arrow hits
babies.
first, charm second.
Okay. So I. How close is he to us? Like I
He's-
imagine they're like.
he's
like
sitting
this.
upon his steed, so to speak, his goat. He's about 30 to 40 feet away from you.
Okay.
They're like keeping their distance because they see you're all very armed
All right. So I guess
and
this is.
readied weapons.
I guess this is more of just like a last resort type thing.
Gotcha. You have it readied, but you've charmed. You're preparing it.
Yes.
The great thing about Arcane Archer, they can cast it after it hits. Like they actually roll their damage. I mean, not their damage, their hit die to see if it actually hits, and then they cast it. So they never waste it. Which I'm like, thank you for adding that because it sucks. You have like
Wasting a
2 arrows
spell
or
on
3
something you
arrows a
messed
day, and then you just lose it because you
Yeah.
missed.
Oh, that's right. Because I can only use.
I scoured that rule to make sure that was the case.
How many of these can I use? Did you say?
You can do 3 a day.
3 of
Of
these
any
of
of these.
these magic ones.
That's correct.
But then my normal ones. Are
Your
different.
ones are the other ones are magic. They can, if you miss one target, you can direct it at another.
But not that don't count on this. I
Yeah.
can use as many of those as I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are the limited ones.
Okay.
All right, so we're also learning characters too. So thank you for standing by us.
You
Okay.
need to write that somewhere over here.
Like I might, no, maybe not.
Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so I have it ready, just in case. Like
You
as
see
I
her
go.
kind of whispering to herself some kind of incantation.
I have to whisper it out loud. Like I can't like do it in my mind, because that kind of seems like it'd be
Just
like
with your lips.
counter.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's gonna blow me up.
She's doing something over
You know
there.
what I mean?
They don't know what you are.
No, I'm just
Arcane
like-
archers aren't common. Okay. Any thoughts? Because he asked how.
So after reading the letter, I say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear about Darash's wife."
You actually had to go up to pick it up, so you're right next to
Right,
him.
right. And I say, this is false, and I'll happily come back to clear our names.
and he looks at you, surprised, and says, "Well then, if you don't mind." And then he clicks his tongue, and a dwarf rides up next to him, and you see him with manacles pulling out of his satchel, and he's getting ready to put them on you.
And I'll go ahead and tell him that we can't travel this way. You know what's out here.
And he says, "Well, be that as it may, we saw the mess that you made of them back there, and we are quite certain that we're more terrified of you at this moment. You left a mess back there of the Tlinkali.
Those the scorpion people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You blew them
Like the
up.
scorpion centaur type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't just kill them, you blew
I
half of
know.
it up."
I did that a couple of times.
Yeah, you did. So he's trying to. He's
saying
ready to.
he's going back, but we're not going back.
So I want you to roll
It's-
persuasion on him,
there's
because
some-
if you're
You're like,
I'm not
See ya.
going back there.
You can't take me back.
I've been there for months.
16.
Okay.
You can't make me go back.
Let me make sure on this. All right. So you see him backwards. You see that he's very understanding what you're saying. Like, he knows that you want to protect yourself. He believes that you sincerely are trying to just protect yourself, but he's also afraid of leave a mess of those guys back there. And no, he just beat it. So he says, that won't be necessary. If he's coming quietly, then at least keep a sword on him. And so the dwarf says, "Gladly." And he pulls it out. He said, "Vita was my sister. She was my brother. She was my sister." So he's clearly upset, but he's not convinced. But he doesn't seem convinced, but he's basically saying, if he's coming quietly, we'll go.
So the guy with the manacles pulled out a sword.
Yes, he put the manacles back and pulled out a sword and put it to about right here.
Okay.
He's above you, so it's at an angle.
Right. So there's those two, and then there's 4 others. So he pulls that sword on me. At that time, I'm going to pull out my necrotic shroud.
Your what?
Necrotic shroud.
What is that?
I am a
Alright.
so
He's an Asimar.
Yeah, fallen Asimar. So it's a skeletal wings that come out, and essentially it causes other people to be afraid if they don't pass a charisma saving throw.
Yes.
And
So you pulled this off of you, so your wings.
it's
show
well,
up,
it's
or
it's
just
like
commands
it's
it.
is it like a
It's like an aura kind of a thing.
They're not physical wings, but they look real. But if
Oh,
you were to
okay.
try to touch them, your hand would pass through them.
Right.
So it's like an illusion.
It is an illusion, but they're
Right.
very much part of his soul.
and the damage I do
So-
at this time is also
Okay.
necrotic.
If he were to die, his soul would have them. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. So you put on this, and what is the feet distance on that? Does it say? If not, I'll need Xanathar's
it's
guide.
10 feet.
Oh, it's 10 feet.
Yeah. So
okay. So these
the
two.
ones that are close to me. Yeah.
What did they have to beat?
Is it my charisma that they have to beat, or
It's probably your DC saving throw. Do you have that?
I will verify. I've got it
Um,
right here.
my DC saving throw?
Sorry, we're just
on-
looking this up. Sorry,
So it's like your DC.
We're all learning
so
together.
Here, I'll pull up for you
Yeah, yeah.
So you can make it.
Well, because these are new.
They are. We're
Right,
new everything.
right.
New characters, new classes. We're trying to. Oh gosh, that's
So it's-
terrifying.
Yeah,
It's
don't
8
linger
plus
on
your
that.
spellcasting ability modifier. Which
Oh.
your,
Did you
what
see
are
that?
your,
Yeah, I did, but I
I'm
wish
a
I
ranger.
hadn't.
All right, here we go. All right, so
Is that what it would be?
starting
What's
with
that?
10 feet.
8 plus
okay,
that.
DC 8
No,
plus
so
your
it's just
proficiency
14.
bonus.
I think you already
Oh.
wrote it down.
All right, here it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
It's 4, so it's 14.
DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier.
plus your
Yeah.
charisma modifier.
So I'm pretty sure he wrote it.
Well, you would have written this, but
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many things I've done in my.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
14. Yeah,
Thank
they've
you
got
very
it
much,
14.
Dan. You're like all over this. All right. All right. Seems like we had a little bit of a glitch a second ago. Okay. Well, we found it out. All right.
Yeah.
So what did you?
So they've got to be to 14.
You gotta be 14.
Yeah.
All right. Well, their modifier is -2, so they both failed it. The first one got a 15, and then the second one got a 3. So, the captain sees it, and he immediately stumbles backward. Actually, let me see what his horse. Oh, I mean his. Okay, sorry.
His
Okay, let's just say his mount. Let's just stop beating around the bush. The first one is terrified and bucks him, and he almost
Wait,
falls
is that
off
the one
of
that
it.
I'm on?
okay.
It's the one that you're on, and you actually fall off of it.
Okay.
You land in the sand. And the second one, totally fine, natural 20. He's like, well.
Okay.
he's seen some stuff.
This is the goat thing.
But the two of them are both afraid.
Right. And
One
so,
is more so than the
So
other.
here's my plan. I want to actually Misty Step onto the one behind the guy.
You can Misty Step
Yeah.
too?
So the one
Aw.
the one that freaked out, I want to
There's
Misty
three
Step
of
onto
us.
it, and I just want to like hack the guy. Like.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
All right, this is
okay.
a surprise
I
round.
know
Go
it,
for
right?
it.
Real quick, as I like, I fall off this goat or whatever.
You hear them,
It's
and
like-
by this point, you notice who they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's been
can
a
I
while,
kinda,
but you know you've
before
moved these people.
as he's like terrifying them.
You've
or
seen these
whatever,
wings before.
I'm gonna like kind of walk in between and just be like, friends, whoa.
Well, he's actually doing this action, so you can say that, but this is what's,
Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying this is happening at the same time. You still were prone, and now you're getting up,
Alright,
and that's
no
when
worries.
it happened because he had startled them, and then
I know these guys aren't demons, but they're not gonna let us do our thing. And
Like I said,
demons
they're
are pulling
going-
the strings.
Yeah.
So
For what they see, they think you're a demon. All right,
I
go
don't
ahead.
care.
Go for it. Go for it.
They don't
Okay.
care. They're gonna kill us.
Right.
Do you really think they're gonna take you back? No. They're
no.
gonna kill you.
Well, I mean, even if they did,
Yeah.
who's waiting for us? So I have 2 attacks.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so the one is gonna be
Should really keep this open.
18,
Okay, that's it.
and naturally I'm gonna hit him with planar energy.
Why not? We have it.
And he's also going to be taking
The necrotic.
necrotic damage. So it'll be. What's he? 1d6. What's my.
I actually really love that dice roll. That's really cool.
So that would be 9 damage.
9 damage. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm hitting him with planar energy too.
Yeah, and also you just teleported to him. So,
Yeah.
all right. So as you appear next to him and just strike him, it actually sends him flying backwards off of his.
I want to take his goat.
Which one did you attack? The
The one-
penguin or the one that had the sword?
The one that had the sword.
The one that had the sword out on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he falls off his horse and just screaming as a spray of blood just comes out of nowhere, and then immediately you see the dwarf yell something in Dwarvish, and you can tell it's an attack of some sort. And everyone roll for initiative. As you're standing there going, wait, everyone. So you do have your sword at your belt. You don't have your shield. So you have your sword, but you don't have your shield at the moment.
Okay.
All right.
18.
18. Let me write all these down. Could you hand me that paper back, my love? Actually, never mind. You do it, please. Oh, she's a witch.
Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's just cute.
All right, so you rolled an 18.
Yes.
Okay.
8.
8. Right. Are you attacking as well? Or are you just...
Yeah, I was gonna get an app because I don't think any dice. But
Oh,
I'll-
sweet.
Oh no, you could use ours. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't see it. Is that a 7? Is that a 1? Yeah, I guess I really got like the wind knocked out.
You
You're
rolled
still
a
getting
1.
up.
Yeah, I fumbled.
Sore muscles.
You've been like hanging over the goat thing.
It's
so.
like, where am I?
You're suffering from a little bit of trauma.
Why am I in the desert?
All right, your name was Castle again.
Yeah, castle.
Okay. All right, and you rolled a 8.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I've got everybody. And right, 8, 11, 6. I just gotta get all this right. Right, so the dwarves are going after Ilara.
Who's that?
Bronwyn.
Oh.
He rolled a natural 20. And then Craig. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so I love how anything can go in D&D. It's just so like this is happening. Right. Alright, at this moment you see now Bronwyn, as you misty stepped and attacked, does he get a disadvantage?
He's afraid of me. Yeah.
Yeah. So he
Oh.
rolls initiative because he was prepared for you to attack. He wasn't prepared for that. He comes at you with a natural 1. There's nothing else he can do worse than that. He fumbles and drops his sword into the sand. And
Perfect.
and you see him goat to try to get to it, but that's his move.
Am I still on the goat?
You are on
Good.
the goat.
Good.
Yeah, and if you choose to, you can mount it.
What's my movement speed on that?
You're gonna. I mean, it's gonna be up to like 40.
Okay.
So, However, you're gonna have to roll animal handling once you start your turn. All right, so Alara, it is now your turn. You see this as you see your friend. You can't see his wings, but suddenly you just see this like dark energy
I don't
appear.
see it because he
You're
only...
not close enough.
Oh, not
Yes.
close enough.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you do see him suddenly just go like this, and everyone back up, and then he misty steps and slashes a guy. It falls off. The other guy pulls his sword out.
Is that one dead?
No, he's not dead, but he
Okay.
fell off.
All right, and then what did Bronwyn do?
Bronwyn dropped his sword with a natural one.
And he's still on his mount.
I wanted to get behind him, like assassin move. Type thing.
Okay, I'm going to shoot an arrow.
Okay.
Do I have to tell you which one I'm doing? You want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm pointing them out right now. I'm just getting them
Okay.
all out so you can.
So
Get an
I
idea.
am going to. Okay.
So you're right here and surrounded. These circles are the enemies.
Oh, they surrounded us. That's right.
Yeah, they had circled you.
Who's this?
That was the guy that
Oh.
Weirin just attacked. and
Okay.
This is Bronwyn, and Castle's right here.
Okay. And I'm right here.
Yes.
Bronwyn is right here.
Yep.
And this is right here.
Okay.
This one. The one to my left.
The one to your immediate, like,
and
back
I'm going
left.
to shoot.
So it seems like we're having internet things. Okay, we're good. Why would you Misty Step instead of just walking?
I already answered
Because
that.
it looks cool.
It's an assassination move.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was getting behind him.
Okay.
Because points like that matter.
Little
Oh.
flare.
It's all about the coolness.
I shoot.
Besides, it was terrifying.
I'm
It
going to
wasn't
shoot this
awesome.
guy to the left, the immediate left of me, with the grasping arrow, which is poisonous brambles wrap the target.
That's awesome.
They take 2d6 poison, and then 2d6 slashing additionally if they try to move.
Okay, so roll for attack. Just d20.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide actually if I'm going to hit him or his mount. Probably him. Yeah.
It's up to you.
Okay. And what do I add?
You add your dexterity and your proficiency.
So,
Sorry, I have it all written down.
so
right.
this one and
Right.
this one?
So it's plus 8 total.
Oh, plus 8.
Because you're proficient
Okay,
and it's
so-
your bow of choice.
So 21.
That's a hit. Yeah, if it was more than 21.
Okay, so I hit him, and then what do I do? I can't remember.
Now you roll your normal damage.
Okay, that's with my bow,
Yes.
or okay,
Same damage as your oath bow. It is your oath bow.
1d8. Oh, I knew I needed that one. That's this one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum,
6
bum,
plus
bum.
3, so 9.
Okay, so that's
The normal damage.
normal damage. Okay.
And then takes 2d6 poison. So I rolled the d6
You rolled the
twice.
d6s now.
Okay.
yeah.
You got the 9.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'll add it all together when it's all done, so I don't have to.
6, 5. So 11. So that was 29.
Yeah.
Wait.
Ooh.
That's not right. 20. Oh, wait, what did I do before?
You did a 9 plus a 5 plus a 6. Right?
11 plus 9 is 20.
Yeah, 20. Okay.
Okay,
I was
this
like,
is
wait,
what
I added
happens.
numbers.
So this is what happens when you hit him with that. Your arrow strikes into him, and he's just suddenly encased in these sharp thorns, and he actually starts writhing in it. And you see as he's writhing in it, it starts cutting
Hurting himself
things.
more.
So he takes
And
additional.
he actually slumps over dead as his mount does as well.
Oh, I killed the
You
whole goat.
killed it big
I mean,
time.
the big goat.
All right, you see him slump over into this mess, but
Okay,
it's
that's
just
a good
he's
one.
now there. All right.
Star goes by that one. We like that
Yeah,
one.
testing these out. Number 1. Yeah, they don't have a ton of health. They have strong ACs. All right. So no, it is not you. It is the dwarf's turn. All right. So let's see. The one that almost got hit by that bramble comes riding up towards you and takes a swing at you. And as he passes by you, you see him coming, and you just duck under his sword. The second dwarf charges up towards you as he sees you attacking. He has a plus 3 to hit, so that is a hit, plus your 15 is your AC plus 3. So anyway, he strikes at you. That is the goat steed I want tonight. Okay. Alright, so I was looking at the wrong thing. Same strength. Alright. 1d10. Alright, so he charges up and strikes you with an 8. That is not a d10. It's a 7.
Yes.
Alright, so...
One less.
The Joys, it's not a 7, it's 10 total.
Oh.
So he rides up along the side of you on your new mount and slices you. It gets a good... You feel it just embedded
Wait,
to
you're
your
on the
arm a little
goat?
bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I misty stepped onto it.
so you knocked him down and you're on the
I
goat
took
now.
it, yeah.
Okay, I missed that
Which is
part.
why I
Yeah.
let him fall off, because it was kind of like he's now taking his
I
space.
see.
My goat.
Alright, the third dwarf
Wondering if it would be best to just hold right.
tries to fight you off as well and misses. Now, Castle, you're not showing that you're an aggressor. At this point, you haven't drawn your sword. You're just kind of standing there in the middle of this as it's happening. You're
I
getting
imagine
your...
I was still probably laying down. Where am I? Like, where are they at compared to like?
So you were standing next to wiring when this all went down.
Okay.
So they're now moving around a bit. This one just died. This one charged here, charged here, charged here.
Okay.
But Bronwyn is the only one that really made the biggest mistake. Anyway, it's not their turns anymore, but it is now Kry's turn, and I hate rolling for someone I don't understand. So he goes up and tries to kick one off of his steed. He misses, unfortunately.
You could have him do more attacks.
I'm gonna have him do another attack. Second one's also a miss, unfortunately. So he tries to do things, but he doesn't. It's his brother.
Cry's
He's not
feeling
here.
well.
He's not feeling well. He's the heat. It's gotten to him.
Yeah.
All right. So next, Alana stands at the ready with her shield, waiting for them to pass by, so she can get a good strike at them. She's gonna be our center of the attention tank right now. And then it comes to you.
Comes to me. Well, I imagine the guy that just tried to attack me, I would try to attack back.
The one that came from behind. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's still running, but see
No,
the-
he came up to you and struck you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he hit you with the sword, so he'd have to get
Right.
next to you.
But it wasn't like a running pass. It was like a.
Yeah, I did 2 attacks and they both missed. No,
Uh,
it wasn't like a strafe. He was coming
right.
in to save his friends, and
Right.
he was going right at you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to attack him with my sword. My sword. No. Stop it. Why? Heavy dice. See, so that one's gonna be a 18,
Okay.
and
18
that
total?
one, for the hit, yeah.
Okay. Was that
Yeah, and
plus
then-
your proficiency?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that one's gonna be 15.
Okay. Unfortunately, both of those are misses on the
What?
sword. Yeah. He's wearing full plate with armor over the head and everything. They don't miss. They hit him, but you just feel the impact just slide off. It wasn't quite enough. They were solid hits. They just weren't enough to get through.
wasn't a hit. Wow.
Yeah. Not on that
18
one.
wasn't a hit.
Yeah.
Which
Not
one
on
did
that
you
one.
attack?
The one that's right here, right next to him. All right, so it is now.
This is not the one he knocked down. This is
Castle.
the
It
one
is
he
your
knocked
turn to do something. if
That
you're
being
doing
the
something.
case, I see myself getting a little wedged here. I'm gonna kind of move out of
no.
that.
down. I forgot I have 2 attacks.
Oh.
Okay, I
Okay.
remember now. It's okay.
Um,
No, I remember now.
You know what? After Castle, you're gonna make your second one, and then just remember.
Because I do have a bonus
You
action.
can actually hold
With
your
hold.
action.
Yeah. So yeah, I apologize. Whoa, we're melting.
Every turn they attack
We turn
twice.
into Napolitana ice cream. Okay, we're back.
Napolitana.
Spanish. I can't think of it in Spanish. What is it called?
Neapolitan.
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 Napolitana. All right.
So
I
I
speak 2 languages. Sometimes I mix them up. All right.
I want to move out of this wedge that I'm getting into here.
Okay. Normally they would get an attack of opportunity. This one, so
Uh-huh.
he doesn't
You
get.
said I
he's
attack
prone
after what? After who?
after Castle.
Okay.
However, since you were moving away
Uh-huh.
from the one that just attacked you, he
Uh-huh.
does get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So he's going to take a swing at you,
Okay.
and he misses. So he just swipes at you and just barely catches your cloak.
Okay.
Right. What were you thinking of doing at this minute?
Alright, so
you finally
kinda-
are coming to. You see your friends from
So
a
show
long
me
time
on
ago.
that map right there. Where I'm
Right.
at.
So you were right next to Bronwyn, who is getting his sword out of the sand. This guy's prone, and this guy's attacking Weirin.
That first guy, is he one of the dwarfs?
This guy right here, Bronwyn. Yeah, he's the captain.
He's the one that
He's
didn't
the
work.
one that was on your horse.
He's the one that gave us the
Is
letter.
he still on his mount?
No, he just got down to grab his
His
sword
sword.
out of the sand.
Because he
He's
dropped his-
currently in the process of doing
Okay.
that.
Okay, and I noticed. Well, I don't recognize her, but I recognize him. And the
No,
other
you definitely
two.
recognize the well, especially when he did his wing move. You
Yeah.
knew exactly who they were. Because you can run into friends all the time and be like, do I know that guy? But wings is a kind of remembering sort
Okay.
of feature.
So is there like small rocks around or anything?
Not any. I mean,
Anything
yes,
that weighs 5 pounds?
rock-wise.
No, anything.
Roll
An
perception,
object.
bonus action. See if you can see any rocks of any sort.
How much do swords weigh? More than 5 pounds. Yeah.
5?
That 20's not treating you very well.
Unfortunately, you don't see any stones of any sort on the ground, just sand.
Okay.
And it's kind of chaos right now, so I can imagine looking
Okay,
at a
I
rock
guess I'll
right
just.
now and trying to avoid getting smashed by goats.
I know what I'm gonna do because I'm kind of confused. My character is gonna cast fog cloud, so anyone 20 feet radius around me, I'm gonna cast it like right where I'm at. So 20 feet around me will be.
That
Will
pretty
be
much
fog.
covers this whole.
So you're like an octopus. Use your
Is that
ink
ink?
to like no. So they're all having disadvantage on seeing each other and you.
So it's.
What is that?
it's,
I forget that
let me
one.
read it. So it's heavily obscured. So we can look it up in there if you want, but I believe it means like you can't see 5 feet in front of you.
It's a minus. I think it's a minus to the rolls, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
everyone
attack
gets
rolls?
disadvantages.
I got it right here.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Everyone, yeah.
Everyone in that area. Actually, it's 100. Oh, you can cast at 120 feet. Okay, so
Yeah, so it's just 20 feet
20 foot
around
radius,
me.
fog centered with point of
So
within
everyone, even
range.
your allies?
The sphere
Mhm.
spreads around corners.
Is heavy covers? Is that what you said?
Heavy obscured, heavily obscured.
With like quarter damage
So-
or something like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
look, there's like a thing in here that mentions heavily obscured.
Okay, that's fine. So that group is now going to roll disadvantages on their attacks.
Is that me too?
Yeah, everyone actually. Yeah.
Figure radius cause you cast is as a higher level. Yeah, he's not a high level yet. But he, right now, there's a 20-foot fog that is now just suddenly just rolled in.
Yeah,
out of
imagine
nowhere.
it'd be like, because we're in the desert, it'd be like a dusty
Okay.
desert fog.
I'll say that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And why did you do this?
He doesn't.
I
he's
just
not sure
fell
what's
off a
going on.
goat.
He's confused.
Oh, okay.
Just
Does that
came out of the
affect
dungeon.
me?
He's probably
'Cause I'm,
used
like,
this
right
multiple
there.
times in the dungeon. No, it affects this group right here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Whew, good.
Remember, they were about 60 feet away from you.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
So
Okay. So that's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
But
yeah.
he was close. What about him?
He's about the same distance, 60 feet, 30 to 60
How did I
feet.
get him then? Oh,
You
because
shot
I
him.
have an arrow.
You shot
Sorry,
him big time.
I'm not used to
No, you're
being
good.
an archer.
You murdered the heck out of that guy. All right, so now it is Castle. Since you just did
I'm
that,
like used to
that
only
is your
being able
move.
to attack
Do you
with
have a
30
second
feet.
attack, or is that your attack?
I think because it's a cantrip, I only get that move.
No, I believe you have 2 actions as a
I have-
fighter.
I have an extra attack.
Yeah, you use just an action. So I'd
What's
say
the difference between extra action and extra attack? Because I have both.
That is
You
a
see, I don't know. I
sneaky
think
wicket.
if you use like a spell, then that's your turn. But if you use an attack, then you do 2.
For now, we'll say that. Dan, could you do us a favor?
Wait, wait,
You're
when you
seriously
say
like
your
the MVP.
turn,
That
that's
when it comes down to rules like that, I get a little like
Yeah.
I've read it before, but I can't quite recall how it went.
So
'Cause
you
I have
can
both.
use
I have-
you can use
So-
an action as an attack.
because I have an
So-
extra
That makes
action
sense.
and
Right,
I have
action
extra
surge.
attack.
Right, action surge is another action, but as a fighter, when you reach a certain level, I think
You
it's
get an
level
extra
5, you get an
attack.
extra attack.
So yeah, so if
So
you don't use your action as
It
attack.
sounds like a little bit of
Yeah.
in my game, I'm going to say fighters. If you use a spell as you're kind of forfeiting your attack since you're using a sorcerer spell because he's
Right.
subclassed. So I'm going to say he's using the class to do an action. So I'll just let that be as it is. Okay, now it is
My turn.
Bronwyn's turn. Oh, your turn. That's right.
Okay,
Because you were doing
I
your
get an
second
extra
turn.
attack. Okay,
You do.
so I'm going to, and he's still trying to
You
attack.
suddenly can't see this.
What's your name?
I was moving
Viren?
right where in
Viren.
I was
Viren.
moving away, so I'm probably not in that, am I?
Okay, all
So
right.
which
then
direction
I'm
are you
going
going?
to.
Here, or here? Because you did take
I was
a-
getting out of the wedge.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, that's
so
right.
So if I
you-
went further in, I'd be more in the wedge.
Alright, so you are out of the. You
Sort
just
of on the
exit the
outskirts.
fog with this mount. By
Yeah.
the way, I want you to just, as a moving, I'm gonna have you roll animal handling to see how you handle this beast. You just murdered its master.
Yes, I rolled an 8.
Does it accept you? It totally accepts you. Natural 1.
Cowed that
Way to stick with our name. DM rolls 1s and 20s, almost exclusively. All right. So what are you gonna do, my darling? Sorry, you're not my darling.
Hey,
You
real
are
quick, David.
Elara.
It says
If you do action
Oh,
surge,
sorry.
you can do 2 spells.
they suffer. Anyone in the heavily obscured area suffer from the blinded condition, so they pretty much can't.
So anyone in there.
So
is
disadvantage
acting
attacks
as blind.
probably.
Yeah.
If they're blinded.
Okay,
When
now
you're-
it says to go to Appendix A. so
Yeah,
I
Appendix A
mean,
has all the. I've seen that just recently.
It's in
the
the back,
effects.
right?
I like rules, but sometimes they're like, wait, what? What's
Well, if
this
you don't
thing?
know them, then you're like jumping around.
Well, and it's hard to move when you're doing that. Okay, so
Mm.
all right, so Ashley, what are you?
Okay,
doing?
so when you
Lara.
say I have, it says I have magic arrow.
every
Is
arrow,
that just like
yeah,
my
every
arrows?
arrow that you use
It's magic.
passes through resistances. So if something
Okay.
is like a dragon and it resists piercing, you have a magic arrow,
Automatic
so it
spells ability
ignores
checks.
the piercing. It just goes
Or
right
save.
into it.
Okay.
Yeah, magic arrows are
So I just use it like a normal arrow. This isn't my arcane arrows.
right. This is just a normal arrow.
It's confusing because like I thought arcane and magic were the same thing, but I guess not.
They are.
Well, I have a magic arrow and then I have arcane arrows. It's very confusing.
That's specifically for your class. Yeah.
Okay. And
So
you're- okay.
if you were to attack anybody that was in this area, you would have advantage on your attack.
Mm.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That
Oh,
I'm going
magic
to.
Yeah, it says it right here.
I'm gonna attack
Oh.
this
And
one.
they automatically fail any ability checks.
So she just
That
could snipe
require
people in the
sight.
cloud. You're useful to have as a duo.
Yeah.
Just what's
Right?
happening in that cloud?
And they have disadvantage on all their attacks.
Yeah, I
so
guess
you're right
I'll
about
do that since. I
Oh,
mean,
she
I
was
do
gonna
kind of
do
like
that,
these
she-
outliers.
Mhm.
I want to get rid of them.
Can attack the charm
But-
or target the charm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm gonna shoot that guy. That's why it has me.
That
So,
just attacked
I'll do
Mary?
this.
Okay.
Right. What do
you
I
get,
add?
You get two attacks. It's your
Plus
proficiency.
8,
Yeah,
right? And 12, 13?
that one it hits, but it slices off the armor.
Did you roll advantage, or were you attacking in the?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, roll. Go
Want to
for it.
roll again?
Yeah. Natural
20. That's my second one.
Dang.
I really like
Both
that.
attacks have been 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Roll your damage. That is your.
No, my it was a perception check. I was 20.
All right.
I'll roll my damage.
Yes, right here. So
Okay,
1d8
1d8.
plus 3.
That's not that one.
What if she's just gonna murder the second one?
This one?
Right? She's gonna kill
If
everybody.
she gets above 10, she kills it.
7.
Plus.
What is that? 7 plus
Plus 3.
3.
Doubled. So the plated one that he had just fought and just sliced huge
It was
chunks
doubled
into
because
it.
I had an advantage? Is
Du-
that-
well, no, you got it
No.
was doubled because you
Oh,
rolled a
natural
natural
20. That's right.
Yeah.
It was a crit. So
Okay.
you all of a sudden you see her just aim into the fog, and everyone's kind of like that is seeing this is like, what is she doing? And you hear the scream of a dwarf, and then just thud, and this heavy plate mail just thud to the earth. You've killed 2 of these really heavy
You've
plate
got another
guys.
attack still, don't you?
Yeah, she has one more attack.
I
No,
know
that
that
was
was-
that was my second attack.
'Cause she
Now
held
it's
her
Bronwyn.
action.
Yes.
That was my second attack from the last time because we didn't do the second
Yeah,
one.
so now it's
Oh.
And you
Bronwyn's
said I
turn.
can I
Oh.
can pick and
Okay.
Yeah, we
can I
forgot
do
it
that?
wasn't her turn.
okay.
Normally
I mean,
she does
but
have
like
2
okay,
turns.
so okay, I have a question about that. So an
can show
action
you
is
real
a
quick.
turn.
So
part
as
of a turn.
okay, any player at all
Okay.
has an action and a bonus action. An action is an attack, dash, something where you do some climb something, get something out of your bag. But a bonus action is like I want to do a perception and then attack. I want to do an investigation on something and attack. You know, like during battle.
Okay, let's see. Okay,
but
so,
as a fighter, you have 2 attacks
and I have
and a
two.
bonus action.
No.
See, look.
I have an extra
maybe
action
yourself,
on turn. I have
actually.
2 times per rest. That's my action surge. Someone said something. What was
Yeah,
it?
they were saying.
You get 4 attacks. Oh, thank you, Dan. Okay, I can attack 4 times.
because the 2 attacks was 1 action.
So, and I can do that all in like the same thing, right?
The wizard Dan Reed says, think of an action as a major thing you can do. If you have an action surge, you can do another major thing.
And then because I had 2 attacks for each one, that's 4 attacks.
Right.
If
but
I
it-
wanted to.
Because you can action surge once a day.
No, I can
Twice
do
a
that
day.
twice.
Yeah, you got it.
Twice per
And so the
rest.
action
So you
surge
could
would be
technically
the
go
bonus
4
action.
times in a round.
If I wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I could do like 3
You could
attacks
shoot
and
4
then
arrows
I
in
could
one
do 3
round.
attacks and then
Got our own
is Misty
Legolas.
Step an action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see what you're
So you could
alright.
jump up on something and shoot
Okay,
3
okay.
arrows.
Okay.
So those are all
What were
things
you
that you
saying?
can do as an action.
Okay, this is all new for me. I'm
All
gonna
right.
have to study
In the
it.
meantime, while she's looking at that, Bronwyn has picked up his blade, and he's in a mist
He's
of
blinded.
death. And he just starts stumbling. Unfortunately, he doesn't know where he's going, but he heads in a direction. He does get out of the mist, because that's his goal, and ends up passing Castle. Do you make an attack of opportunity on him? Or are you...
Oh, yeah. That's
Okay.
like what I do.
You plan that.
Because
All right, so
if I
just make an attack on him.
because
as
I'm
he's
a
passing
sentinel,
by.
so if I hit him with the opportunity, his movement goes
That's
to
true.
0.
That is true.
17 plus 5.
That's a hit.
I don't even know what to roll damage.
But he had a bonus action too. I mean, he had.
No, it
another
was
attack.
it was an
Oh,
opportunity.
jumping is movement, by the way.
Oh.
Right.
Let me
Sometimes
get my
certain characters
sword.
will do something that will give you a chance to react.
Like if they
That's
run
what
away
he's
from you.
Right. I remember
Yeah.
doing that when we first started playing.
Yeah.
Bronwyn is
Were they
passing by.
reactions?
Oh, I need a D8.
That's right.
Which one's D8? This one?
Yeah, with
Sorry,
one
it's
action
been a
search you
while.
get two
What do you
extra
add?
hits.
What do
Sorry,
you
we're
add
getting
for
back into D&D again. So
Do you add your strength or your proficiency
with what?
to an attack damage?
So
Oh, you're doing your physical attack. It's your strength.
You just add your strength to it?
Well, proficiency bonus it's part of it.
Are
So-
you asking about a damage bonus?
Yeah, damage bonus. I have 4 here, but I don't feel like that's right. So I have plus 2
We're asking a
strength.
lot of
Slashing
semantic
damage?
questions. I'll make sure I get it right, 100%. So
Sorry.
you're no. No,
Sorry.
by all means,
Yeah.
everyone watching
This
this,
is
a
a
lot of
technical
people.
game.
It's been months since I played. So
Yeah, no, it's all
Uh,
good.
And
So
I'm-
you're asking. Let's ask the question. What was it? Just so I make sure I understand
Damage
it.
bonus.
Like, yeah,
Damage
how do you
bonus.
come up with the damage bonus?
I read a thing on it just recently.
Doesn't it depend on the weapon and the damage type?
I don't
Let
think
me-
it's.
I
Well,
guess I don't
If
know.
he's weak against slashing, then I think I do double damage. But
I just recently read this exact same thing. Oh, right. I'm proficient with
I
one
killed
that means
him.
attack roll. So
Yeah, so I'm
attack roll is
proficient.
1d20 plus your proficiency bonus. So it's a d20
That's
plus your
for the
proficiency
attack roll,
for
right?
the attack roll.
What about the damage?
Yes, and then it goes to damage roll is a 1d8 plus your dex modifier. In this case, it'd be your 1d whatever your was. I think it was a
So-
d8.
so it's
One
2.
plus whatever.
And then plus your
My strength?
since your strength modifier.
Oh, yeah.
and then is it because I'm proficient? Do I add that or no?
Yes. Yes, that's when you add your proficiency.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why hers is a +8 to.
So this should be 5. Okay, so I do 9 damage,
Okay. Okay, fine.
and he can't move anymore.
So he's passing you, and you essentially clothesline him with your sword.
How many do we have left? How many dwarves? Because I killed
Oh, you
two.
killed this one.
No, this
No,
one.
you killed this one. This one is now no longer prone, but he's still in the fog.
Well, what happened to? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened to the 6th one? Oh.
Brownman's right here.
Oh, I
I
see.
was
Oh.
moving him because he was trying to get
okay.
out of the fog. All right, yeah. So you clothesline him. That was his move. Alara, it is now your turn for real this time.
For real. Well, that turns
Ooh.
real too.
Alara's like a mob
So-
control.
Is Bronwyn trying to get out?
Someone
Trying
was
to.
trying to get out. He just got. You see him. You can kind of see him a little bit better. What do your elf eyes see? As he's trying to get out of the fog, you see Castle just stand up. You don't know this guy, but he
Okay.
just passed. You can tell this cloud is something he's controlling, and then he swipes at him and just like almost clotheslines him, but it like sends him to his knee.
I guess that's also a question: is can I see within the fog? Should
I
I be
don't-
rolling
I
disadvantages?
don't know
I
actually.
think it doesn't mention that I have like that I can, so I think I should. From now on,
Let's let it
I'll roll
pass. But
disadvantage.
I'll find out about that later.
Yeah.
I
We'll
mean,
just
I
not let
can't
that-
see into it.
I guess
But
I could have
the
stopped the concentration.
The
on
only
it,
reason
but-
why I got that guy is because I rolled a 20, right?
Blades at charisma. Sorry,
The
what?
only reason why I got that guy because I rolled a 20 because I can't see inside
Yes.
the fog.
You're not a hexblade, are
Okay,
you?
so I'm gonna actually turn my
No, I'm
my
a-
bow onto this guy,
Okay.
and I'm
Shoot,
going to
cavalier-
just I'm gonna shoot him with.
Cavalier.
Yeah, and then I also
He's a cavalier, not a hexblade.
Yeah, and then
How
I'm
often
also
I
Yeah,
can do
he's
this?
he has a subclass,
a secondary
secondary class,
second class. I don't know what they call
So-
it. Multi-class.
subclass,
multi-class. Yeah,
Yeah,
subclass.
and then I have a
multi-class.
subclass for my
This
class.
one is
Oh,
3
okay,
times
okay.
per rest, right?
Yes.
So, okay, just making sure.
So you already
Um,
used one, so you have 2 more.
Okay.
You
All
have
right.
2 left.
All right, so I'm going to shoot him with a magic arrow, not an arcane
Just,
arrow.
just an arrow.
Oh, where did my dice go?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay. This guy.
Multi-class. That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
5 plus 8.
I've heard
13?
sub as well. 13 is not a hit on
Okay.
him.
Well, then,
I mean, it hits, but it just ting off his
Okay.
arm.
Subclass is
All right.
like
He
But
sees
I
it coming and
get,
he
but I get to go
slaps it away
4
from his
times,
shield.
so I get 3 more.
Cavalier.
Yeah.
Right? So I
Cavalier.
do
He's-
another. Like,
he's-
just in click.
Yeah,
quick.
he's coming at you when you're firing.
So
him.
those are the
18
subclasses
plus
for
8.
this is my
That is a
subclass
hit.
for my class.
Okay.
That is a
All right, and
definite
then
You roll your
damage.
damage.
1d.
8 plus
Yeah,
your
2
From
classes.
eight.
makes
Yeah.
it. So you can do a lot more.
do
Plus
everything.
3.
It's
7.
like it's like
Plus
instead of
7.
one
Now,
because
are you attacking him
Does it
again?
weaken
I have
the
to
ones
because
on?
You hit
Yes.
him, so
so
you've
when
done
I level
2.
up, I say sorcerer or fighter.
Okay.
Uh,
So 7.
Yeah.
No, didn't hit.
So, like,
So,
you're level 7,
third arrow
I'm only
goes
level
flying
5
at him.
and
He
you're
blocks
level
the
2 in the other.
third arrow with a shield.
Okay.
9 plus 8.
It's kind of like
Is that
being a
18?
dual personality.
18
Mm.
is not a hit,
Which my character
but
kind
it
of
sticks
is.
in his
Yeah.
armor. It thuds
Oh,
right
and
into his
shackles
armor, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
9 plus
That'd
8
be
is
interesting to
17.
tie
Oh my
some
gosh, it is
personality
late.
traits to when you're doing
Nope.
one thing or another.
Not enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
But
so I
it
didn't hit
sticks.
him.
So you
I
hit
got-
him one
I
time,
need to
Okay.
think about
but
that.
you
Yeah,
hit
that'd
him
be cool.
multiple times. So she's been 4 arrows into a guy.
Did you use your
only-
action surge?
Only one of
No.
them caused damage, but the rest stuck into his armor. He's full plate as well.
Yes, I did. I did.
But he's
use an
charging
action
right
surge.
at her.
I was like, no, yes, I did.
And it
I did
is
it 4
his-
times.
and it is his
I'm like, I
turn.
don't know what that means.
So
no, I did.
with the arrow placement where it's
One of
at,
them.
he swings at you, and it just
But
his
he's
arrow.
so far away from me.
Well, he charges with his mount.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is it?
But he's 60 feet away from me, so he can't.
Is this the one
You
Yeah,
can
he's
only go
not-
30.
I said he was like around that area.
Is this the
but
one that's
he's-
run? Is he the one that was by me?
No, this
No,
one's.
this
he was
one's
in the. He was in
behind
the.
me,
He was
yeah.
in the back.
Oh,
He
okay.
was.
He was in
He
the
was
If
over
he,
here.
if he was 60 feet away from me, he can't get to me.
He'd already charged. I forgot he's closer. We'd already had a turn. Sorry. He was closer. He'd already taken a swing at you.
No.
It's the
no.
same guy.
Back.
Yeah.
Nah. It was.
No, he'd already made the attack. They had already gone. I wouldn't have not let him go forward. Sorry. So yeah, he does attack you, and he misses.
Whatever.
He misses either way. It doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna argue with you
You
anymore.
do rewatch it. Just rewatch it. All right. Gosh, they're rolling crap. It's an 8, and then the next one rolls a 4, and then Bronwyn rolls a natural 20.
Wait, did he hit me?
Oh, at a disadvantage.
That's
'cause he's
right.
still
That's
in the
right.
box.
That's right.
It rolled an 18, so still ahead.
Is he hitting me?
Yeah,
yeah.
18
he
plus
barely
3.
got it. If I had my shield.
I know. Gosh, that would
I'm
have.
sorry, I
yeah.
drank all of your soda.
It's alright, I have more.
So sad.
Probably
Alright.
shouldn't have done that.
18 plus 3 is a hit. He is very upset with you because he saved you.
Fair enough.
I
Alright.
saved you. You were his prisoner, wasn't he?
No, he
They
wasn't
kinda
tied
like-
up.
Yeah, they kind of just
So-
like, picked me up
Oh.
as I was.
Didn't know he was in the field.
Dan, thank you so much for your help. You can always catch up where you're at right now. All right, now that we're back going again. All right, so 9 plus 3. It's damage. So 9, 10, 11.
9,
Well,
12.
There's one more there, right? What's a number? All right, so he comes up
We're
and
really bad at
he
it.
turns at you with his
Apparently.
he turns at you with his two-handed sword, and he just
Love it
slams
as
it
well. It's
into
not
your
good for
armor,
addition.
sending you backwards, almost knocking the breath out of you with
Okay.
such a strike.
At
And
a disadvantage too. This is blind
Yeah.
swing.
yeah, it was a blind swing. He knew where the hit came from. With a natural 20, he was like, "I got him," and
Right.
then he missed just barely. All right, he didn't decapitate you, so that's good.
On
didn't
the
give me
on
no
the plus
scar or
side.
On the plus side, you're alive, Alara.
Your
For
head's
real,
not
it is
missing.
now.
It's my turn again?
Because Bronwyn went.
Yes. Right?
Yeah, we
Okay.
went through everybody.
Oh, that was fast.
No, we didn't.
No, you didn't
Wait,
go through.
Wait, you didn't
No,
have a
no, no,
turn.
no. I'm sorry. It is your
And then I
turn.
didn't. Yes.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Yes.
I was like, we didn't go through
Sorry.
everyone.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So
I was like, no, it's not a large.
You,
I feel like she
you
just
shouldn't
went.
have made him go
How-
because Bronwyn goes before me.
Yeah.
He's
okay.
not part of the dwarves.
Yeah.
So
well,
anything he
his,
just did shouldn't count.
His place is moved.
so
I count him now as the rest of them.
how long
Okay.
does the cloud
The neck-
thing
well,
last
I-
for?
Well, that's for an hour, or if.
So basically, it's
Oh,
on
he hit me, so I have to. Don't you
Concentration
roll
or
to break
something?
my concentration?
saving throw.
Yeah. No, I think I have to.
I
Roll.
was like,
Yeah,
why would I
don't
have
know
to
what
roll? I guess
I
I'll
don't know
roll.
what I have to roll though. Is it like I think it's like if you roll 10 or under, then I lose concentration.
For this case, to sake of time.
Okay.
10 or under.
And then I'll look it up.
Yeah, we'll find out all the details.
But I rolled a crit, so.
We're gonna start playing this more, so now we're
the
gonna
fog
get.
actually
stronger.
gets thicker.
I swear we.
So I'm not
Extra
going that
heavy.
way.
We normally
Not
go
going
faster
that
Did
than
way.
you
this.
roll a
This is-
natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
'Kay,
Rolling lots of those.
It's practically.
I wish it was
you
for
can't move
something
it.
better.
I see this guy that's going for Alara, and I am.
Yeah, he's
going
got
to-
arrows in him. He's just.
Right.
Just coming at her.
I am going to charge Zephyr Strike him.
Oh, I love that move.
Oh, because
So
you're out of the fog
His
now?
speed increases. Oh wow, you're flying with your mount, going that fast.
Right. I'm going to use an inspiration point because I really want to hit him. And I got the in between. You see that?
Oh yeah.
A cocked die when it's in the center,
It's-
you re-roll.
It's
Not better.
Not better.
Would you roll? I
2.
can't see that thing.
2.
You could say 20. I'd be like, oh,
Well,
okay, that's good.
after everything's added, I guess.
Oh,
it'd
okay.
be-
Well, anyway, you have been charging at him.
There's got to be some blunt force damage or something. I don't know.
Roll animal handling. You're on a goat steed.
Okay.
Because
See,
you're
if
like just going.
You're charging
towards,
right
like,
at with a speed of like a zephyr strike. It's like really fast. It's 40 speed when you're walking. So I imagine on a mountain you're just.
I rolled a 7.
Oh no, it doesn't get any better. Essentially, you just ram into it and you all roll off.
Good.
Lexichus. Hey, I know you. You're my new friend. All right. Okay. Unfortunately, nothing happens. You
Darn.
charge into it, but
I tried.
it kind of just rears
I really
itself,
tried.
and it just doesn't all work out. Welcome. All right, so we're now getting things underway. It's less
Wait,
of a.
where's Odeon?
Odeon is around. He just hasn't made a move yet because I forgot about him completely. But it is now.
Ooh, and Alana too.
She's.
They're just
and
hanging out.
you know what? There's a lot of NPCs. If I.
They've
if
got
I-
sandwiches on the sidelines.
They're watching. Just
That
Audience
Think
fire.
reminds me in our game that we were playing. I was like, I take out my snacks.
They're-
and just sit there.
They're
And
important when I want them to be, but if I'm
Yeah.
seriously controlling like 12 NPCs, it's me playing and
I
everyone
was
else
just wondering.
watching. So
Because you
Right.
have Cry.
no, that's true, and I didn't use him last
Yeah.
round.
That's fine. They don't matter.
They don't matter at the moment. If you were all dying, I would be using everybody. Right now, you guys are murdering.
moving the table.
So,
Yeah, anytime I move my knees,
yeah, the bench is like
they're
right
right
there.
at the.
Okay,
Yeah.
right now it is Castle's turn.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to quit concentrating on fog. So disappear.
Are you gonna lift it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're no.
But
Finally,
that's
fog of war goes
that
away.
doesn't take a turn. I could just do that.
Right.
Oh,
So
that's
then,
nice. I hate when that like.
yeah,
Your
it's
turn's over.
Your whole
I'm
turn
gonna
to
change
make it
my
disappear.
bow into my sword. Now my turn is over.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, change.
So
it
then I
out,
guess
not turn
I'll-
it
is that
into
guy
it,
still
but you know
by me?
what I meant.
Wrong
So
one.
I'll attack him.
All right.
7 plus 5.
It's not a hit.
I get another attack. Can't read your dice.
I know, right?
16.
Do you want to use
16
mine?
total?
Mine have been really lucky.
No,
Not
he
a
sees the fog come up and he strikes against as you swing and then he strikes the other one down. He's sparring with you at the moment.
Okay.
It's quite magnificent, except he's like a foot shorter
And
than you.
who were you fighting?
The dwarf captain.
Alright, that's it
Bromwell.
for me then.
Okay.
Oh,
He's the only one I know the name of.
It's okay.
I
The
don't
other
know
ones
anyone
are
else's
nameless
name.
dwarves.
No, I don't know like anyone else.
They would be Dwarf 1 and Dwarf 2 in the.
So Bronwyn has
What's your
now-
name?
credits. In the credits.
Bronwyn has now moved down to the rest of the dwarves.
Wait, so
There's-
he's moving away from me again.
Well, no, he's not moving away from you at the moment. But I mean, like his turn is now with the rest of the dwarves. He's no longer.
Oh,
He
I see
lost
what you're
his
saying.
proficiency in the
I crossed him out.
gas, and now it is Alara's turn for real.
It really?
For real.
It actually is.
Correct.
All right. Okay.
For real.
So this one I still haven't gotten.
Yeah, that one was
yet.
the one you're
and then
shooting
you were
at.
trying to get him, but he didn't. And then there's what, 4 left?
Yeah, he's fighting
Okay.
Alana.
I'm going to shoot him again. This
I mean,
time
It's really epic. You just can't see it.
I'm
Imagine
going
it in your
to.
head. It's beautiful. Imagine epic music from Game of Thrones going.
I can't say I know that music very well.
What? How do you not know? I mean, come on.
I've watched the show, but.
Did you know it? Imagination.
No.
Exactly. How do you say your name? Is it Lexichus? Lexichus. Lexichus.
I am going to just
I love-
hit
I
him
love
with
it.
another arrow because I'm going to do a really good job this time, and I don't want to waste one of my.
I trust you. Okay, it's gonna happen. I
This
shouldn't.
guy.
No, I have bad luck. You-
Okay,
you
don't touch me. Okay.
The deed is done.
12 plus 8.
20.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay.
That is his
Well,
AC.
good. I'm glad that 20 is a hit.
These are plate knights. That's just the way it works. They're not like your pushover guys.
Oh, what am I? Oh, okay,
Okay,
sorry.
sure.
I was like, what am I doing? That's it. I'm done.
I'm
okay.
gonna need that later because you're one of my interviewees in the future.
Okay. 8
Oh, sweet.
plus 3.
Which one were you shooting at exactly?
This one. The one that was coming towards me.
He's
11.
dead.
Yay!
Because
Hooray.
he doesn't have
Guys,
more than
I killed
20
all
health.
of them.
I already knocked him off his goat for you.
We did stuff.
I barreled into him.
I'm helping.
But I killed 2 of the scorpion.
I started the
things.
fight, but I haven't done like anything.
No, you sliced the first guy that she.
I did.
Didn't we? Were there only
He's
2?
dead.
I killed.
Not for
I'm
me,
like
though.
doing all the work here, guys.
Okay, the good news is Alana's over here with Odeon.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's been really cool over there, like flips and choo and brr.
Oh, good. So she got her armor on.
Oh, they were all. It was really.
That's
cool.
what took so long.
Yeah.
They had to get
He's like,
Like,
wait, get out of
Four
stall.
people are all trying to help her get her armor on.
Guys, not fair. Not fair. Come on, you have full plate. I'm just wearing a breastplate. Come on.
Yep.
She's a girl. Come on. All right, there's 2 people
and
left.
you
2
got
dwarfs.
hit.
Bronwyn is wounded
She's a
quite
girl.
severely. It is now the dwarf's turn. Bronwyn, he doesn't like you. He's very upset with you
Smart.
on multi levels. He,
He has to beat 17.
yeah, I know. First one's a miss. 12 plus 3.
Nope.
Still a miss.
Deflect.
You guys are just like epic,
Smart.
big weapon fighting. It's pretty cool. The second one finally strikes at Alana with a 2. That's a straight miss. What with my dwarves? Like they didn't do anything to you guys.
Who killed that one?
You did.
You did.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Like you
did I
said, you
kill that
killed
one
them
too?
all.
Yeah.
And that one and that one. I killed 4.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, guys!
You're
I
the only
killed
one
4.
hitting.
You're piercing through their.
I thought I
armor
only.
like
I
over
thought
the
it was 3. I killed
Yeah,
4.
yeah. Nobody else is hitting.
Oh
Okay,
my
this
gosh.
and can we just?
Knuckles.
This is a big
There you go.
flail fest, and she's just shooting everybody. We're all like
Hey,
slapping
Hey,
swords
you know
against
what,
each
I
other.
guys?
Hot cloud.
If it weren't for you guys,
That's true.
if it weren't for you,
That's
they'd rush
true.
her and kill her. So you guys are spreading them out so she
And I
can
stopped
pick
that
them
one
off.
guy from charging you.
It's not over yet.
I got 2
Still
of them
two
off
guys.
their goats.
Speaking of, it is now your turn.
I guess you are.
You're
helping.
running around.
Redeem yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you're like
okay.
gathering
All
the
right.
goats.
This
So-
guy just died from an arrow, and you're like, dang it! You're like, I'm just flying around the
Right.
battlefield.
Right.
There's a guy right here, and then Bronwyn attacking Castle.
I
You can
imagine him
reach
kind
both
of
of
just
them in
like
your
trying to like stay mounted on the go. Like maybe it's like kicking around.
So there's 2, Bronwyn and then this other guy.
Fighting Alana and Odeon.
I'm gonna go after Bronwyn because he's afraid of me.
Yeah. Still, it's been like
And that's
like
the one
within
that's fighting
60
me, right?
seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a very short battle.
So what
but
am I
it's
doing?
taken a
I'm-
while.
I'm gonna use my charger feet
Nice.
and dash on him.
Okay. You're gonna dive off your.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, go for it. And I'm gonna say roll advantage on your attack because it's gonna be you jumping.
So it's gonna
off of him.
be-
He's kind of like in his back too, right? Because he's facing me.
Yeah, it's a flank attack, so technically, yeah, you would have advantage on that.
But on just one of them though, right?
Yes.
So that one was 24,
That's a hit.
and this one is going to be 22.
Oh, both of them are hits.
Yeah, because of the advantage.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
job, you're doing
boy.
it, Peter.
Right. So, so the first one is
Sorry,
going to
I
be
love that.
+5. So 16, and then my second attack is going to be with planar energy.
I'm just gonna ask how you want to kill him because he was already dead with the one attack.
You killed
I
Bronwyn?
am just absolutely decimating him.
Oh.
He had done some damage to him, but this one
Finally.
was like really. The first one. So how are you
Yeah.
killing him?
I'm just
So
teasing.
You
That's
dive
like-
off.
that's like 30 damage.
Paint the picture. You want to see how much health he has? Yeah, he's got nothing left.
So I charge at him with my goat and I dive off with my sword. And I'm like, oh! And I killed him with that one hit and I sliced him in his neck. But then I came down and sliced him again.
Well, it was brutal. Yeah. Well, you are in your state. So the other one sees this and immediately surrenders. He sees it all of a sudden as he's fighting. He looks around. He looks around and he's
we
just.
So that means
another
we're out of
NPC.
initiative, right?
You're out of initiative.
Okay, I'm just gonna shoot him.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
She
Yeah.
doesn't like dwarves.
Well, what else are we
Well,
gonna do
not
with him?
just that. I don't.
What's
I
your
mean, it's not
alignment?
because of that. I don't really.
She doesn't
have
really have
one.
one.
So you're just chaotic.
She's whatever.
No, I'm just whatever I feel.
She's
I need
neutral
to
to
be.
chaotic. She's in between there.
Oh, just be neutral. Yeah, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I would be right.
Yeah, she has no
Did we
affiliation
kinda
to
talk about
anybody.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Alright.
she is a past.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what's the point of leaving?
Just kill him.
Yeah.
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 I don't think I'd leave him alive
Sweet.
either.
Babe,
Was that another?
can we just
crit?
all talk about how much she
Not
just
crit,
murders
but
everything?
She killed him.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
sends,
hit him.
She sends an
Yeah.
arrow right between the armor and the chink and just She's
do
like
you want me to
expert
do
dwarf
damage?
killer.
Please,
Do
I
you want
have
me to do
kids.
damage or
In this case,
no?
through the neck. He's already been fighting.
Okay,
Done and done.
Right.
so
You look about the battlefield as there's some
5?
rearing mounts, these goats.
How many arrows did I buy? Do you remember?
You bought a bushel, so it's like 30.
Okay, I couldn't keep track of how many.
So I'll look later and I'll tell you. In the heat of battle, everyone finally looks over and sees him standing in this cloud, and he's just covered in just mess from what he's
Castle.
10. I think I used
You
10.
look like crap.
Fancy seeing you guys here. What are you guys doing out here? What am I doing out here?
That's the question. Where have you been?
It's been 4 months in the Underdark.
Yeah.
Which, once you say that, leaves them saying it's only been like 3 or 4 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe, not 4 months.
Yeah.
But it actually has been 4 months.
So I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
The arrows. I know, like in games, I can you can recover.
Retrieve.
Can I do that here?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have you roll to check if you're basically
Yeah,
your
that's
roll
fine.
determines if they're broken or
Investigation,
not.
That, I mean, I
Yeah.
would
So
anticipate
roll
some of them.
investigation because they hit plate. Some of them aren't great right now.
Wait, what am I rolling?
So I want you to roll investigation.
Oh, right here.
It'll be right there. Yeah.
With this, right?
D20. That's right.
9 plus 2. So
Okay, so 4 of them are recoverable.
Okay.
All right. So as you pull them out, you're just going around collecting your arrows from the dead as everyone's talking to him.
Cursing about the broken one.
Dang it, these cost me good money. All right.
Do I know
So to
this?
Odeon's surprise, he says 4 months. Truly.
Well, I mean, do I truly know how long I was down there?
That's a good
I
point.
mean-
Roll wisdom.
Where is it?
Yeah, in the Underdark. Keep track of time.
17.
You don't have the fires of
17.
Narvandale.
You had all of the escaped slaves with you, and all of them kind of count for the exact same amount of time. A lot of them died. The Minotaur and about 4 others survived, including that lizard that was with us.
But I'm not.
And your prince, the prince survived. Your best friend, Dowd, however, did not
Lizard
survive.
Man.
But I'm not with them anymore.
No, the prince took them
And
a different
oh,
route.
did I get probably?
You got separated
Oh,
in the
okay.
Underdark. You actually fought, killed, ate whatever you could to survive down there.
So we had those mushroom log boats.
They got separated. Yeah,
Your best friend died.
yeah. Dowd is
Alright,
dead.
Was he with you guys?
No, he was with you.
So did I see it happen?
You saw it happen. You're pretty affected by that. In fact, it should affect you in the future. At some point, you'll have like little flashbacks. Of just
Nightmares.
nightmares. I'm sure you have nightmares from the Underdark.
Anything.
No one goes out of there without some kind of nightmare.
Yeah.
All right, so you explain this all to them.
Right.
All right, and
I say we cover our tracks. Bunch of dead dwarves.
The desert will cover it for us.
That's what.
Odeon says, but before we cover them, why don't we loot them, put their stuff in our bags, dwarven plate? If we take some time here.
We'd all have.
He looks over. He looks over at you and just kind of says,
A bunch of humans.
Yes.
Like,
"I'm saying we could set for a good."
do they have like any like shields or anything?
So
do
anything
have
you
shields.
add to this bag, it doesn't add weight,
you just take all their armor
Oh
off
my
and throw it in the
gosh.
bag.
and it like can
Oh my
open that
gosh.
wide.
That's
I mean,
what I was
obviously we got
wondering.
a
Okay,
lot.
there's a page in the handbook in the treasure section of someone opening like shoveling coins from a dragon's
Oh
hoard
my
into
gosh.
it.
That's convenient.
But unfortunately, it's not counting it.
Where
so
did you get this?
We got it in the Underdark
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
off of some like dead guy
Was
that
it,
was,
was
in
it
a-
off of one of the yellow guys?
the Giki.
Was
yeah.
it one of them that had
Uh-huh.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, they are all about void and traveling through time, and they are all about storage. They can keep anything anywhere. It's somewhere, someplace, and it's untouchable. Except
Well,
anyone
it's
but-
super hot outside, so I'm not really feeling like taking all this armor off of them.
Well, maybe like grab like their like
But I
water
wanna grab one of their
skins,
shields.
rations.
Right. You can grab one of the shields. Okay, then your AC is increased by 2.
Sur-
So-
survivability items.
Yeah. I don't need a weapon.
So you
from
take
them, so-
Bronwyn's shield. It's actually quite ornate. It's rounded.
Anything special about it?
It doesn't have anything special about it other than it looks very nice. It has like a little bit of a light etched, nothing like intense where it's just like a big dwarven face.
Kind of feel
but it
guilty
looks-
because it kind of saved me. And now I killed him and I'm looting him. I didn't kill him.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
No.
Just
No,
a
you didn't.
side note. If you had mentioned to them that you knew them, they probably would have assumed you were part of the party.
True. I know. I was thinking that.
Yeah. So I mean, in the end, you did help them and killed people.
Yeah.
Right.
You were part of it. Now you're a part of it, no matter what. All right. So as it gets to closer to the evening, as you've looted, rested, kind of gathered some of the supplies, drank some of their water. You do notice that there's been quite a bit of a wind picking up over time.
Well, he did something with the sand.
Well, it's just
Because you
fog,
accuse him of this is your doing.
This is
And
not me.
the sand is actually moving as you're watching, just like it's pushing down as you can see more of this building uncover itself just a little bit.
Well, that's nice. Convenient.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a beautiful fun fact. A living creature put in a bag of holding will suffocate after about 10 minutes. Don't make us just shove his head in there. Just cinch the bag.
That's where we could hide the dwarf bodies.
That's true.
Gross. Technically, you could.
Does the stuff like get on
No.
other stuff? So they'd have like their own little personal voice.
Gosh.
We don't even have to loot them. We can just put the bodies in there. Loot
No.
them later.
Yeah, wait for everything to rot and then take everything
If
out.
you took it out, it'd be
You put your
gross.
hand in there like.
I don't know if there's rotting in wherever it goes.
Well, if they can suffocate.
Oh, good point. Yeah, who knows? Dispose.
We're thinking too much about it.
Dispose. All right. Well, anyway, let's not worry about the corpses
Yeah.
for now. But it takes about 15-20 minutes until you notice that the top of it has an inscription on it, and you can tell that there's a makeshift. You can see that there's just a teeny bit of a door that's kind of coming down just a little bit. It's the top of a door.
Okay, so
You see an inscription.
like the top part, like like a few feet. It's,
So imagine a big rectangle. It comes
Okay.
out a little ways and goes down, and then it just goes down, and there's like hieroglyphs type thing.
okay, so I
and then
imagine it
reached
looking
the door.
like tombs, like
Like in
outside
Egypt.
the pyramids.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do I recognize the language of the inscription?
I want you to do a history check on it.
That would be a 19.
Ooh, you definitely recognize it is primordial. So basically, hieroglyph type style
Yanti.
That's the Yanti.
is Yanti.
I said it right.
Yeah.
Yanti.
You immediately recognize it because
Okay,
you've
so
seen
it
it
makes
on the
sense.
inside of the temple.
that
It was
makes sense.
never on the outside of the temple.
Can I read it?
You can make out some words, and I will tell you which of those there are. Don't you dare look at this. By the way, you all received 6 dwarven plate mail, 2 war hammers, 2 long swords, 4 throwing axes,
Each of
2
us?
spears. No,
Oh.
total
So you
from
put
these
in the
guys.
bag.
This is
Okay.
what you've looted.
Okay.
2 spears, 70 gold from the captain, a large ruby on his helm, roughly 100 gold, 5 days of provisions, they're all sandy, 4 torches, 6 knights of dawning amulets, each had a sapphire in the center of it, of a gold ring, like a gold ring in the center of a gold ring. On the sapphire, you can see the sun etched into
They
it.
were all wearing one.
They were all wearing one. They were all paladins, clerics.
Uh,
2 silver rings.
They were paladins.
Yeah. Not all paladins are good, right? Guys, you guys are making
Well,
a-
they were going to kill
We're the
us
bad
without
guys in this
trial.
situation.
That's
Kind of.
not.
right.
If we want to go
Paladins-
with them.
No, I'm sorry. If they were true paladins, they wouldn't let that happen.
Okay. As you read the
Maybe.
From what I understand, a
inscription,
paladin
Odion comes over and helps you
Just
with
think
it.
of like
Uh-huh.
Because he
Kennedy, how she
speaks
played
quite
the
a bit of
paladin,
it.
You know?
Yeah.
So he helps
A
you
little
understand.
gnome. Wasn't she a gnome?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Strongest.
Now everyone don't read if you're near this. I'm just going to read what it says. Actually, I'm going to let you read it since you're translating it with Odion. You've spent a year and a half in there. City,
Right.
So
Right.
right here, these 2 lines. Oh, sorry, 2 little paragraphs.
Yes. You want me to read it out loud?
Yeesh.
When blue there is no entrance for thee, black you still won't find a key. Yet when upon me red is shown, then an entrance will be known. And yet a wanting I give to thee, entrance is a fruitless tree. For what lies within upon a throne sows deathly fates and mortal moan.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
basically, what he said to you is this riddle. So at the
Yeah.
first, it seems like it's a riddle. The second half, you've determined that it's a warning, a riddle and a warning. That's what the episode should be called. Probably dwarf slang, but pincushion dwarves or something. So- but the first part is a riddle. You can tell by the way it's worded.
Right.
So when blue there's no entrance for thee, black you still won't find a key, yet when upon me red is shown, then an entrance will be known.
Did you want that kind of sew, or did you want like reap what you sow?
That's what
Okay.
I meant.
Because it changes it completely.
Yes. That was me working between calls. So don't you dare read the bottom.
I'm not going to read the last part. Thank you.
I'm just letting you moving it so you don't have to.
Black you still won't find the key, yet when upon me red is shown, then an entrance will be known. And yet,
So right now it's about, I would say, 6 or
so
7.
I was thinking it had something to do with like day and night.
Yeah, maybe like a red sunset or something.
You say that aloud?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, because I'm curious what you guys are talking in game versus.
So-
So you said it's night, like dark night.
It's not. It's like 6 or 7 right
Like,
now.
is it setting?
Almost. But as
What's our
the,
season? What season are we in?
right now you're in like a spring.
desert. season.
Desert season? Yeah.
Desert season.
Right now,
Summer.
based off of it, you feel like it's probably.
Well, we have seasons and we're in the desert.
You think it's
so
spring?
We have some kind of.
Right now,
season.
you think it's spring, but it's actually closer to fall. He knows that.
Oh, okay. But do I?
I mean, you've
Does
been
the Underdark have
with
season?
what you rolled. Yes, you do.
Okay.
I mean, you rolled a 17, so I mean, or 16. Either way, you'd know. But you notice that the sand keeps going away the closer the sun gets down. And from where you're standing, luckily with that
So
natural
we have to find
climate-
the entrance before the sun goes down.
I like it.
That's.
All right. I don't know where my pencil went, but it doesn't matter at the moment
I
because
have
we're
a
not in
pencil. You're
initiative.
good.
Okay.
Okay. So we know that we need to find the entrance, so we need to start looking around. I'm gonna do a perception check. Oh, wait, or investigation. Which one would I do?
Investigation at this point. Nice.
What do I? This right here?
I guess I'll do one too.
Is that what I do?
It's
17.
it's your
This one right here?
Man,
Investigation.
Right.
17.
All right.
Sometimes it rolls.
What are the
great,
rolls?
Sometimes not.
I got 4.
Okay. You're very confused where to look. It is now actually the sand is now down to the point where you could enter into this area.
But there's no door right here. It just looks.
It looks like it would be at the door, but it's closed. It's solid stone.
I'm gonna go get some dwarf blood and smear it on the door.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
you walk over and grab
gotta
some
try
dwarf blood
everything.
and you smear it on the door and nothing happens.
So I
Um,
showed
Good
it
effort.
red.
We got. What did we get? A large ruby. I don't know. Would if we shone light through a ruby, would it be red?
No, yeah, of course it would.
I can cast light.
Okay. So is that what you're doing? You're holding the ruby up and you're casting
Why
light
not?
onto it?
We're gonna
Yeah.
try everything.
Just as you do, the sun is now turning to a reddish hue, and as you cast the light, it amplifies the light, and it immediately the door starts cracking open. It
With the
starts-
ruby, or just
with
because?
the ruby and the sunlight. So it would have done it with a direct sunlight, but the sun wasn't totally red. But because of you acting on it, it gave it a full red glow.
So if we hadn't done anything with the ruby, it still would have done it.
It might have, it wouldn't have opened all the way,
But I
but
opened,
because you,
oh,
yeah,
wow.
you guys have.
There you
It wasn't because it's not always red sunset. You would have
Yeah.
had to wait till a red sunset.
Sometimes
Okay.
it's pink.
Yeah. So.
so we made the because it was the light needed to be red.
Yes.
Okay,
Red
see,
light
I
needed
see,
to
I
shine
see.
upon
Okay.
it. You could have opened it with just a ruby.
All right, but wait a second. The warning.
And yet a warning I give.
Don't read it out loud.
Just avoid the
So
throne.
stealthy fates and more. So it's probably like a mummy.
Or like Anorak, the Lich King.
Sure.
Which we don't need another lich.
No, I'm saying. So it's probably like a mummy that's like on a that's, and I don't know. Is that like that's like outside the
So
game?
it's deathly fates and mortal mode.
So,
Okay, so
As
we're gonna be finding something in here.
written upon the floor as you enter, you see the words.
Oh, are we entering?
Well, let me not enter. You just
Yes.
look in. It says.
Wait. Who has a torch?
I have light.
Everyone
As
has
a
torches.
cantrip.
Okay,
Everyone has
I
torches
have a
but you.
I have a hooded
Plus
lamp.
You're all out of
I
torches.
have
Dang
You
it.
have dark
I have-
vision.
You all
yeah.
have dark vision.
I have
except
candles.
Castle.
No, I have. Escape.
I have hooded lantern. I
Shadow
don't
magic.
have
Remember?
torches.
I can see in it because of
Oh,
that.
that's right. That's right.
With my
Everyone has
subclass
dark
for
vision of some
sorcerer,
sort.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're all looking at it, and the only one that can read it at this point it says Shesra Ogla Shan Odim, and he translated that turn back before it's too late. And it's not written by the original writers. It was written by someone else.
Yeah, I can see 120 feet in dark.
And Odeon says this, turning around, looking. He looks as pale as moonlight, even in the red. He says, "This was written in like a dialect of like the Yuan-Ti specifically. He is Yuan-Ti.
What, the warning?
He's a pureblood.
The riddle and the warning is the Yuan-Ti, or is that part
That
right
was
here?
written in primordial. This was
Oh.
written in like an old, even like it was
Oh, in the
precursor.
Yuan-Ti?
It was like a precursor to primordial.
Okay, and then this part, the turn back before it's too late, was Yuan-Ti.
Mm-hmm.
Turn back before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Are we inside yet?
They're not inside yet.
Why are we here again? Why are you guys here?
Okay,
Because
so I'm
it is,
gonna
it is
I'm
fabled
asking
that there's
them.
Right.
they're trying to get ingredients to basically turn off all scrying, all magic that can detect them.
and we were trying to see if
So they
this
can
is,
de-
demons
assassinate.
are after us.
and we
Demons
want
are after them. Also, they're trying to sneak up and kill the people
Guilty.
that got them.
Yeah.
And they have mages that can scry for miles and like
and we are
sense who's coming at them. That's why you guys can never defeat them. That's why they saw you coming.
temple thing is the cave that we're looking for,
It
right?
was just rumored to be a cave.
Yeah.
But it obviously is some form of.
So
You're
I
hung
guess
up on the cave.
Whoever
I
said
guess
that
we
originally
should
was
like
stupid.
look in and see if there's like
Yeah.
any indication that there's like the angels or whatever. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
They were like petrified angels.
Yeah, to see if we can see anything that's like indicates that it's in there. Because if not, like I say, like let's not go in there. Like, because
If you
if
can't see them, or if you can.
yeah, I mean, if there's like no indication that like we're in the right place.
You
You know what I
have
mean?
you have a
It's like
familiar
empty.
that can scout ahead.
If my familiar dies,
If it dies,
comes
it
back.
just comes back within
So how
24
can I
hours.
use my familiar?
So you have to concentrate. It's not something you have to roll for. You will roll perception for it when it's down
Oh,
there.
okay.
But you
Well, my-
send it
my
down.
familiar-
Is
my
it
little
in
cat.
cat form or
It's
is
a
it in
cat.
a? Okay. So suddenly you see this cat just like kind of bounce around her and just appear. What color is it? What does it look like?
It's black.
A black cat.
Black.
All right. So her eyes suddenly go white, and you suddenly you don't see as.
What are they called? The
Oh yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like work. I hadn't thought of that.
Okay.
But that's kind of how
I was like, what's
it's.
that word?
Yeah, Game of Thrones uses a lot of.
a lot of
mythology.
fantasy. Does
So
that, yeah.
so immediately your eyes glaze over and everyone's like, what is going on? And then you see this cat appear
Okay,
and
and I
start
roll
running down.
for
It's
perception.
not fully like physical, but it's not exactly a ghost.
So
either.
you're like wording into your Patronus.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, right, right. So as it heads down the stairs and you see through its eyes, you see that it's actually carved stairs. As it gets to the bottom of this quite a long staircase, you see a big open room, and in that big open room are etchings on the wall, and right next to the etchings, it looks like they're like carved like names, and next to those are statues of different angels in a long corridor.
Oh, and we know that that when angels are, what was the word?
They're like
Petrified.
fallen
That they're
or
like
whatever.
that they're like stone, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we.
They're like not dead, but they're fallen.
But they can never be free. It's like a form of imprisonment.
And that's what I got with my 17.
Yeah, you can
Was it
see that. Do you
17?
want to send it further down the hallway?
Is that what I have? Did I roll 17?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can go quite a bit. So, as it heads further down the hallway, you see there's about 8 angels total as you pass by. You need 5 wings, 5 from 5
Feathers.
from 5 different
And
angels.
my familiar can just see. It can't do anything physical.
It can do things, not like attack. It will like jump up places or You could like
So-
send it in to just sit up high and just be your eyes, you know.
So I couldn't have it like bring us the feathers.
No.
Okay.
Well,
I just wanted to see
Yeah.
if
So
that was something it could do.
no,
Why not?
it sees them, but there is at the end of the hallway there's a door. It does seem to be ajar, and there's a flickering light inside.
Is it a door or a jar?
It,
This is a very, very common occurrence. Let me see where it went at. I love Harry Potter references. Nice. Yeah, you do. Harry Potter's the bomb.
what was I gonna say? Hold on. If something happens to my familiar, does it affect me?
No.
Okay.
No, you
It just
feel,
kind of breaks my
you're
heart
just
a
like,
little bit.
my poor kitty. Or my poor bird.
But then it comes back the next day.
Yes.
Okay.
And it can be any color, any whatever. It's just a cat or some kind of bird.
Okay.
Not like
alright.
an eagle that can carry you. I mean, just simple bird, simple cat.
Okay. All right.
Not a leopard.
So I'm going to. I'm gonna have it go into the room,
Okay.
into the door,
So
The open room.
as it goes into the door,
and it's.
the last thing you hear and see, you barely
I can
see
hear
anything.
things?
Yeah.
I thought I could just see. Cool.
No, you can hear and see. You take over its senses.
Oh. Okay.
And as it enters into the door, you hear a hiss, and then it goes dark.
A hiss from my familiar, or
No.
oh. Okay.
Just something killed it.
Okay. So it,
No.
like a hiss, like a snake.
Yeah.
Do we all hear it? Like,
Because I was like,
Like
a hiss,
outside?
like I was thinking.
You
cat
don't hear it
hiss.
outside. No,
No, I just-
You're
okay.
far. It's far down there.
So it's a snake-like hiss rather than like a cat-like
Mhm.
hiss. Okay.
It sounded like it was speaking a command.
Oh, okay.
Another Harry Potter type reference.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What is happening? What?
Okay.
This is
All right.
ancient Harry
So
Potter.
I tell them what I did and what I saw.
And you feel sad at the same time.
Yeah.
Or even though, like, as a moon elf, you
little
just feel like
tear
you're just like
comes
my
down my
poor
face.
familiar. I have to wait another like 12 hours for it to come back.
Okay. So I tell them what I thought I saw the angels, and I tell them what happened. That there's something down in there, and I'm guessing it's a Yanti because I know that they are snake-like creatures,
Yeah,
right?
it's safe to say.
Because
yeah.
I learned that. Yeah.
Maybe Ammonius is waiting for us.
That'd be
Oh, because
crazy, right?
he was the one that you guys were
is that the
following.
one
He
that
was-
slashed me?
Parcel time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
something's
I know,
like.
if only I was. Then I would know what he said. It sounded like a command, so probably was telling me, kill my cat.
Yeah.
Kill that cat.
Kill the cat.
Because
Very
he,
common.
he knew it was a familiar. He must have.
I can't tell you what.
So-
What?
I wasn't asking you to.
I know.
I was telling you.
I want to roll a history check.
wanna roll a history check. I don't know why that came up. Go on, do that.
I want to see if I know anything about
It's 11:30, just so you guys know.
I apologize.
anything about.
Should we stop or you?
Is
should
this a
we
good
just-
stopping point?
Let's let him do his history
Okay.
check, and then I think we probably should stop.
I just want to see if I know anything about the Yanti and the relationship with like fallen angels and.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was there for a year and a half. I imagine
Well,
there's
sure.
possibilities of me maybe having 8.
No, you'd roll advantage on your history checks because of your training in the
Right.
whatever it's called. I can't think right now. The place.
4.
That's so much
As
better.
I think even harder, my nose begins to bleed.
You got struck one too many times. All right, so
which was one time.
what you remember? Too much.
Oh! Can I do one? Because I've been reading about.
Actually, yeah, you
Okay.
absolutely can. What you determine from it is that I can't believe I missed so much. Right? I know. Well, believe me or not, you can skip through bits and pieces of that because we were really trying to. There were some parts where we misunderstood some things. Just don't want to miss anything. I'll recap eventually. All right, I will on something.
History? Were you trying to do the same thing I was?
Yes, 16.
Okay.
Because we're trying to see if there's like a connection between angels and Yanti.
Yanti, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So he says this aloud as he's trying to think, and what you come up with is that you remember that what happened before, because you know about angels,
Right.
Because you have
Right.
to deal with Azrael's situation. You hear about it all the time, but you don't remember anything in particular that reminds you of the Yuan-Ti. However, when you mention that, it sparks to light a passage that you had read that when Azrael was the only being of the Celestials or any of the gods, because gods, their rule is that they're not allowed to interfere with humans or any of the people down below. They can give them magical items on occasion if they want, or have a champion, or give blessings to people. But other than, can't like step in. Demons took over most of the world. They were fighting, and humankind, elf kind, dwarf kind, they were just getting destroyed. What happened, Azrael decided he would become fallen, and he just said, I'm going to go down and fight. You can all sit on your thrones and watch what you've created die. And that's why you worship him and fight for him, and everybody respects him most out of the Celestials, even though the gods kind of don't like him. He went down and fought, but you do remember that...
this is me?
Yes.
About what
that you're reminding him, and it's kind of
Okay.
like this thing that you've heard a couple times
All right.
in passing. But you read this recently about gods, because you were studying all gods to try to find out what particular is interesting about the Yuan-Ti. You remember that there was a snake god that had secret temples to it. It was a semi-demon.
Well, what's his name?
His name is Serhas. Serrrhas.
Okay.
I'll write it out for you.
I wrote that down
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. You do know that he is a...
Number
Yeah,
one.
very specific memory. Well, it's a specific memory because she had just studied an entire book of it in the library about a day
For
ago.
a few months.
About like finished
I've been
reading
looking
it
for this for a
recently.
while.
She has been studying it for about 6 months in the library, so she would remember. Anyway, so as you're thinking about this, you remember reading this story, but you're thinking also that Azrael sided with a snake to
I'm
help
also
defeat
an elf, so I
defeat some demons.
can keep all this information.
It said that if because the snake wasn't really much of a snake, it was more of like a demon, half demon sort of thing. He sided with it, saying, if you help me defeat it, I will help you in the future, or something of that nature. But it wasn't. The scholars don't exactly know.
Wait, who said he would?
Azrael.
Oh, Azrael. Okay. just
Azrael
making
said
sure. I missed
he
that.
would help if the snake helped him fight.
And
some
the snake
demons.
is the god.
yes,
snake god.
the Yuan-Ti's god.
Right.
It was actually struck from many records, and the only
And
reason
that's
you
what
found out
led
recently.
me to it, because it was out.
That's right.
Okay, that's right.
So that's why you
Okay.
remember it, because you just found this out. But the actual temple itself looks to be a shrine to that one,
Okay.
which is, they never saw that. It was never an outward
So
thing.
you guys never.
There was
you
never
don't
an
know-
actual temple to it. No one's ever heard
So
of
they
a
don't
temple
know
to it.
about the snake god necessarily.
They know
But
that he
yes.
exists.
Okay.
But they don't, because they had heard the Yuan-Ti council, this brotherhood, speak of him. But it's never been written down anywhere.
All right.
And if it was at one point, it looks like it had been stricken from the records when you had searched, and you went into the secret library.
And I had found its name.
and
then
found its
that's-
name. That's what
yeah.
sparked the whole search in the first
Okay.
place. So you thinking about this really brings out, this is probably the only temple to Serhas.
The only one. Because it has stuff on the outside.
Yeah, because it was outlawed big time, and it was.
Oh, like the only one left.
There are shrines to it,
Okay.
but an actual temple to it is super forbidden.
Okay. So yeah.
You relay this
This is
information. to me.
probably not a good idea for us to go in here. How important is this that we're not scried?
Being chased by demons.
An audience is getting our revenge.
So here's the thing, revenge. I mean, what's gonna be harder, facing this demon or
It's
God?
not necessarily the demon. It's not necessarily the snake that's down there. He says. He's like, it could be just a temple to it. If there's a snake sound in there, guaranteed there's some kind of Yuan-Ti in there. But
It may just be.
it
like
may just
some
be,
fanatic Yuan-Ti priests or something.
could be a cult, could be a rogue group of people. That
So you
learn how to
guys are
speak.
more afraid of these demons than you are of the potential of an actual God.
Well, potential gods can be wherever they want to be. We've been chased by the trickster the whole time we've done anything.
That's true, but
It seems like we froze for a second there. Okay.
Unless your phone died.
No, it's
Well,
still-
okay. I think we probably should leave it.
Is that
Yeah,
a
I'll go
stopping
check and
point?
see.
Yeah, check if it's alive. It might be just our connection that might be bad.
It's the phone's live, and it says it's going, but we are frozen.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we probably should have stopped.
we'll
right
just
there.
stop it right there and I'll just let it go. If you are hearing this, thank you so much for watching. We'll restart this next week. Hopefully we can decide what's going on down below or run for our lives into the desert unknown. Alright, thanks for watching Natural. I know it's sad. I know you just got on. You can always rewatch it, but we will be back next week. We're not going anywhere. Some of us will be back, and we may actually lost it, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
So long.
Just, yeah, don't. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, we appreciate you having you on, new people too. Yeah, it's good. All right, press the thing. We're good.
Press what thing? I'm afraid.
Julie,
Come and
do the thing.
I'll show you. Yeah, live streams are fun because it's
I
like,
don't
oh,
want to like accidentally like.
delete it forever.